from a desert base. Truth don't hide, it just waits for a face, for a face. Big footprints in a pine slick path. Bob Lazar files with a government laugh. Court dates lost in a sea of red tape. We ain't 10-4, we just stay awake. True crime tales in a borrowed voice. We speak for the silence, not by choice. Got boots on the dirt and eyes on the skies, digging up stories they hoped would die. Might, truth, and thunder, we don't back down. We're the Bible in the glove box and boots on the ground. Aliens, lies, and backroom deals. We break that silence, 'cause the soul feels real. Military broadcast, midnight run, teaching vets how to speak what the war's done. From trigger pulls to microphone stands, from combat zones to healing hands. Public records, missing names, unsealed files, classified games. We chase what's buried, not what trends, and we pray for light at the truth's deep end. Might, truth, and thunder, we don't back down. We're the Bible in the glove box and boots on the ground. Aliens, lies, and backroom deals. We break that silence, 'cause the soul feels real. Some chase fame, we chase the facts. Some fold quick, we read the tracks. It ain't paranoia if it's always been there, and we ain't scared to lay it bare. Into the storm. We ain't perfect, but we were made for this form.
Hello and welcome everybody to Into the Weeds podcast on Military Broadcast Radio. I'm Amber.
And I'm Alora, and this is Oaksy.
Yeah, and thank you everybody for being here. Before we get started, I actually just wanted to kind of introduce why I'm doing this, just for the record, since we have so many new viewers that don't want to have to go through all of my videos. Yeah, and honestly, if you go through them, we don't actually post as much about Gypsy Rose. I mean, it feels like it, but we don't.
Not really.
So anyways, I just wanted you guys to know that I started down this rabbit hole because my cousin is incarcerated in Chillicothe's Correctional Center for Women for 25 years. She had 5 ounces of methamphetamine, and there was a gun. And it was her boyfriend's gun, by the way, but she still got charged for it. And so she got 25 years for trafficking. She completely deserves to be there. I'm not debating that at all. It just so happened that my cousin and I started praying for Gypsy during our Bible studies that we do, because I really didn't know anything about Gypsy except for the very bare minimum, because I was very sick back when all of this happened. So I just started learning with everybody else. And that's kind of what this is just me learning as I'm going. And I only requested these documents for historical purposes to put together a project for the state of Missouri. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it. So we have 1980 Millennial Commentates with us. And we also have Audacious Audrey. And Ashley and Nancy will be joining us maybe tonight. And then hopefully Brandy from Uncorked with Brandy formerly.
Brandy's in the Dragon's Den?
I think so. But it used to be Uncorked with Brandy. And she has a very different perspective because she's actually friends with the family and was very supportive of Gypsy. So she has said that all of this information has been a gut punch to her. So it'll be invaluable to get her commentary on all this. But before we get into everything, Millennial is going to read this, and then we are going to get into a video of Nick. And it's very muffled and it's very hard to hear, but it is what it is, and I can't present it any other way. So that's what we're going to do.
So this is a page out of Gypsy's book, My Time to Stand, where she was describing Nick's storytelling. She says, Nick's storytelling captivated me, precise and colorful, detailed and well-crafted. If he hadn't included the perversion and the savage and depraved violence, he could have turned his stories into novels and sold millions of copies. I could feel the grooves of the stone walls of his castle and the smoothness of the horns of the raptors circling the labyrinth. Proper names for his creations rolled off his tongue, suspending my belief in glorious ways. Night after night, I drank from the chalice of his escape. Nick's realm held mystical beasts, evil spells, and poison potions, the upside-down version of my reality.
Okay, thank you, Millennial. So this is just for a recap of Millennial. What, from your perspective, is this telling us?
Well, this is telling us, Gypsy is telling us here that Nick's writing was so realistic that he could be a best-selling author if, you know, he wasn't, according to her, very murderous and violent in the stories. We haven't heard that in his videos yet, but we also haven't heard him be precise and well-crafted. So I found it an interesting juxtaposition of what we've seen so far and wonder, are we going to see stories that we would describe this way?
Yeah, so I will say that this one that we're going to listen to, you can't see it. Originally last night, we thought that there was some nudity in it, but it's just Nick's face. It's just very hard to see. The screen is completely black.
We had to turn off the lights in order to even see and check and make sure it was okay to show you guys for us to see it. So.
Yeah, so yeah, with that being said, we are going to...
Also, it's going to be very, very, very hard to hear, very hard to understand. If somebody knows audio engineering or whatever the proper term for that would be, feel free to try and edit it. We just wanted to keep everything exactly as it was sent to us so that we don't get accused of like editing anything or changing anything. So yeah, just keep that in mind. A lot of it is hard to follow. Especially I kind of have like ADHD brain, and it was really hard for me to just keep focused. But it's a very different side of Nick than we've seen the last couple of days, though.
Yeah, and just also for further context, when I'm going through these videos, usually I'm going from the very first video that's there and going over to the right, and then I go back down and go over to the right. I'm only spelling that out for people that actually need me to spell that out. But so that's what's happening. I'm not trying to choose videos out of order, but what has happened is that there are a lot of videos that I cannot share. There's an investigation going on at Greene County now with some of the things that I found. And let me tell you, it got worse. And today, you know, I saw a lot of things. I'm not even gonna mention it. It's just what it is, and it's just please bear with me and my sanity, you know, and Alora's sanity. You know, so we're having to deal with this in a very interesting manner. So
Without further ado, though,
yeah, so we're gonna push play. If you can't hear it, let me know, okay?
Hey, Gypsy, Demona, that's right, it's Shineere. It seems your supposable soulmate, Gypsy. You wanted to get some more shine in the light so you could see me better. But due to my love, you know, I seem to love to wear those, especially black ones. I stuck up. Didn't even do well. Anyway, Gypsy, possible soulmate would still be able to get some things that I am trying to do. No matter what I'm trying to leave the other. Be able to stop a project at me. Did I just stutter? Wait. All the syllables in that word all at the same time. I wonder how someone can do that. Yes, he loves to somehow be able to protect me. It seems that he has been able to do that instead. Why do I say that? Think about it, Gypsy. Think about it. Is it like I don't know about the time you broke down? You're supposed to masterpiece. You about to lose about him going away. The funny thing is, I could maybe try to do you a favor. You want me? Maybe convince him to leave you and you not leave you. It's true what your supposed soulmate says about me. I can see completely in this in an area that is totally the opposite. Why not make this interesting? See, just sad. Do you know right? So Gypsy and Demona obeyed me about it. What do I know? Let's just say that I know that Gypsy has no choice but to listen to me if I answer and to maybe talking to her. As for Demona, and she notices everything probably nothing's but you being interested in me. Maybe your own mistake. Why do I say that? Because you're playing. But yes, Gypsy, I'll say something right now. You think you're out of this whole situation and Demona's gonna save you, you're out of your mind. I'll tell you right now. What you do just as much as I'll put her through. If she thinks she's gonna stop that, that's untrue. And the supposable love of yours over your soulmate Nicholas, as you like to call him. As you like to call him. We'll get through this. Now, what else would I possibly know? Even while I seem to be cluelessly around. Demona, now you're talking about you being my partner. Let's just say this. But you saying how much you seem to say that you're interested in me. And say this would be all you should have to. Demona, for you to even handle me. It's supposed to say. Why do I say that? You're about to make me fall in love with you, but truly be a miracle. However you aim to do, I can sense it right from your own soul. If she doesn't even know I can sense it right from your own soul too. succeed and make me fall off. I'll give you credit, but it will be half good, half bad. The good you'll learn along with the bad at the same time. Now, I know that you're supposed to master Victor. I know that he has something planned called you talking to me more frequently to this video. I'm not blind. I see it all a lot more clearly. Sometimes I don't even see it, I can just sense it. Remember that gave Nick his psychic abilities. Exactly. You never go around and sense things. I'll tell you this right now, Gypsy. As much as Demona's trying to do it, you are too. You better continue to do it. Continue to listen to me. Continue to answer me. Continue to obey me. Because I'll tell you have no choice but to do that as long as I'm inside your Nick. You have no choice to do that without you risking hurting me. Would you be risking hurting your soulmate? And I'll tell you trying to do because I only have one soulmate. It's my own sister. That's right, my own sister. So maybe if Demona is interested in me, all this will be just a love affair. That's all this will be. And if that's all she wants, well, she tries to love me and do things for me beyond what I'm trying to tell her to. Well, it's something trying to prove to me herself. That's how I believe it. I don't mind speaking quickly. Now, I'll tell you right now, besides me enjoying hurting Nick, you know, something that's long ago. One of these times I'm wearing office hood, and when I do, maybe that'll be the day I love Demona. But if don't be surprised. And by the way, I will give Demona one thing. You need to try to be mysterious. Obviously, Nick's been talking to her quite a lot about what I'm supposed to like and what I'm not supposed to like. Apparently, you know that I enjoy the mysteriousness of others while they have it. It makes me feel some own kind. I think this should never be part of my own kind. But that means if you really are interested in me and really want to be my significant other, as idiots call it, enough, you'll have to prove to me everything that you say. And not only that, you'll have to prove to me that you really are. If I see one thing that it shows me that it's right all along, as I probably will see, don't be surprised if Gypsy's dead and you are too, because I don't play around. That means if I tell you to go around being, I wouldn't be surprised if you would stutter on that. If I tell you to wait on someone, you probably would maybe stutter on that too. See, the thing is that don't play around. A lot more evil than what you're supposed to monster victim used to be. As pure as it gets. I don't think a evenly evil mind develops its mind to escape me to follow. So I don't think demons so that means if you can show that you enjoy others, some other girl might be, you might start to convince me that you really are interested in me, Gypsy and Demona. I said both their names. Why do I say that? Because I know you both are working together. This whole project with me. So Demona that's interested in me. Gypsy's almost all over me. I'll tell you right now, I seem to know quite a lot now, don't I? Gypsy, I won't say this much. You let her fall out with me. Easy, you'll be stalking me too. You can see if that's possible. Because I think you're the weak one out of the two. It's kind of funny. I actually overheard this from Gypsy and Demona speaking within on Gypsy's own mind. That Demona knows that Gypsy is weaker. Gypsy even admitted it. Demona. Anyways, Demona, what I want you to tell me is I know you're gonna want to talk to me more online. As of tomorrow, after you read this and watch this video, Gypsy, you'd be best to answer me too. Because if you don't, I will hurt your master and I will hurt your necklace all over again. Because you know I enjoy it. Enjoy it just as much as any evil one that's purely evil would do. By the way, Demona, you have to show me, just as I said, that you can enjoy doing all the evil things with me that I tell you to. I do know about Demona that enjoy it, but she doesn't know. Sexual things that's how it turns me. Me raping but yes. Alright. Gypsy, it's your turn too. You can't see me, can you? It's your turn too. Answer me now. And one last thing before I click out. As I love using this microphone. Demona Gypsy. I want to see the card on you too if you even have any. Supposedly Demona does. Your master Victor says you do. I know that's what he says. I heard him say it right through you. And Gypsy, you're gonna need a lot of just to get through all the stuff that you want to go through. Oh yes, you are gonna need a lot of courage for that. And a lot of devotion. But the devotion will break you two down before you know it. Alright, Demona. It's my message you must answer. It's my message. As I will only to you. See, don't pay attention to this part as well.
Cooper.
Demona. If you do, even tell me. Hell, even kill. If you really let me do whatever I want to you. Say something to you, baby, I won't kill you. Something to you, baby, I won't. Because I see that you're useful to me. But yes, if you're willing to let me do whatever I want to you, then this means obeying me. Which means I won't kill you if you do obey me like that. And you're willing to do any of the evil deeds with me. Maybe I can fall in love with you. But that's what it takes to be our evil soul to make it happen. Demona. I'd love to see what your answer to this is. And by the way, details, because be straightforward for all I care. All right. Yeah. This earlier the next morning. It's me, Demona. Is getting somewhere. Getting me the all right. Clicking up now. Bye-bye. Get you both. Yes, you two. You bitches. Bye until then. You know your answers.
Okay, well, so I decided that, well, actually, both of us decided that that was probably a good way to start this out. I know that it was kind of hard to understand a lot of what he said, but when you go back and replay it and put some good earbuds in or headphones on, you can understand most of what he says. But yeah, that was really wild. And we're joined by Brandy from the Dragon's Den.
Welcome.
Brandy.
Guys, sorry I'm late.
No, you're good.
I kind of come in at a very interesting point.
Yeah. So I just for context, everybody, I asked Brandy to be here, and she had asked to come on while we're doing this because she has she had a different perspective on Gypsy and her family and stuff, and it's slowly evolved over time. But okay, so everybody, please just give me your commentary on what we just listened to.
If you got anything out of it.
So I took some notes, but I would like to go and try to isolate it. I'm going to screen record it and see if I can get it to isolate through my app to see what he's saying, because I don't want to risk it being like the 13-year-old daughter video where we have the summation, but there's so much more there.
Right.
Understood. And we're so sorry to everyone that we didn't do closed captions. You don't understand how busy we've been the last few days. I only just got off work.
Yeah.
So, we're doing our best here, but we also didn't want to edit like the audio or anything like that because we wanted to maintain the integrity of the files that we were sent. So
yeah, and when I drop them in the Google Drive, they're raw, from Greene County. I just, as we're presenting it, and I figured this was the easiest way to just get everything out there to start, momentum of trying to change the narrative of what we've all been told, instead of me waiting for months to get all this cataloged before I tell everybody that I've got it, because last time I gave it out to a bunch of people. It sat there for months. Nobody looked at it, and we covered it for a little bit and nobody really picked up on that until a little while later. So yeah, this is probably the best way to just get it out there and get some momentum going. So that's what we're doing.
Also, I need to super apologize to everyone in the chat. There was a point where my mic unmuted and I didn't realize it. And I was typing and replying to people in the comments. And I am an aggressive typer. I saw some comments about the aggressive typing. That was me. I am so sorry.
Okay. And before we go any further, what I meant by the investigation is they sent me the Freedom of Information Act request. I got an external hard drive of over 11,000 files, video, audio, documents. When I tell you there is a lot there that no one has ever seen before, it's mind-blowing. I went through for months. I started in October of 2024 until now, asking constantly for different things and amending my asks and doing all kinds of things to get this out there. So what I meant by the investigation is that they sent me this external hard drive in good faith. I was told that there was not going to be any explicit sexual material or anything like that because they couldn't release it. You guys can go to my community post and read what Greene County sent me. So in good faith, I accepted the external hard drive thinking that I was just getting redacted stuff, which I've always gotten. I've never released anything that wasn't redacted.
Even with the crime scene photos, all of the unredacted stuff was out. I believe it was from Fancy's fancy stuff. That
from
leaked,
what I understand.
which
So,
to
but
no fault
whatever.
of her, it's just what she was sent.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make that clear. So Greene County is investigating how we received not just one sexually explicit video, but multiples now. We have been, I got really shocked earlier. I'm not even going to go into it, but I got shocked. And so every time I find one, I immediately send it to Greene County and say, okay, this file name, this is what's going on, only to just protect everybody involved, because honestly, we could all get in a lot of trouble if something got leaked that they didn't intend to.
And we don't even want to put it out.
Yeah, true. But so with me being long-winded, let's get into the breakdown of Shineere's next message to Demona and Gypsy.
To me, it sounded like he was trying to do a Joker character and trying to be disturbing. Like, I found it funny a little bit. Like, Gypsy heard this and she arranged for him to come to her and paid for it.
Well, and I mean, it's hard to understand, but I was taking little notes and it sounds like he said he's going to do it. There was something planned. And they forget that Nick's psychic abilities, and Demona is trying to do something that's going to risk hurting them both.
Okay, I'll have to re-listen to that.
Myself, but
I'll definitely have to re-listen to that.
all
I
kept
came in
hearing
and y'all
was
were halfway through, and I'm like, oh, hold on. So I went and grabbed headphones because I could not make anything out. And I was trying to listen. So I'm going to do the same, go back and really, with nothing else going on around me, and just hone in and try some closed captioning. But I just was jotting down, and what I had was, I'm listening to someone very troubled.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would agree with that.
I mean, that's just all I have for that, to be honest. I mean, role play is one thing, but that just to me goes beyond role play into somebody very troubled.
No, I agree. And I think what people don't understand is that our stance really isn't biased one way or the other, because we honestly just came into it way late. We are just looking at the documents and we're just blown away by what we're hearing and seeing.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is so creepy. Like, if somebody sent that to me, I'd be like, dude, you need to go to the mental institution.
I would be like, hello, 911.
Well, that too, but
you would
yeah.
block him.
Yeah,
You know? Like, okay, this is cringe, and
So it says a
certainly
lot
not
about,
pay for them a bus ticket to come to your house and hand them a knife.
exactly. It says a lot about Gypsy that she continued to entertain this for so long, for 2.5 years, you know. And then from my understanding, he still does some of this stuff in prison. And I got that from way more than one source. So just to be clear.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very concerning. So I'm not saying that what Nick was doing was great. No, it was weird. I would have immediately contacted the authorities and let them know what was going on. But
Yeah.
So is there anything else?
Anyone
I
else?
think with not being able to hear it, there's not much else we
Yeah.
can say.
Yeah,
Okay,
all
just
we
doing
hang
that
out
one.
with Gypsy and Demona mostly over and over.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wonder too, like, could Gypsy understand it whenever she got it?
I
Oh,
wondered
I'm
that
sure she
too.
could. I'm sure she could.
Enough, but he definitely got real close to the microphone there. So
Okay, which one did you want to play next?
I'm trying to remember. I thought you had
part
put some stuff
one
together.
video.
Which one?
That one. Over that one.
That one. Okay. Did we didn't finish watching this one?
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't. This is when I got up to go do something. What were we watching earlier? I thought you had set some stuff aside.
No, I was just guys, I've just been watching videos and I'm just like,
And I worked 5 a.m. to 2. So the only videos that I got to look at were while I was on my lunch break
okay,
for an
so
hour.
do you want me to find some?
You know what's in here? I'm trying to remember what I was looking at earlier. Is this?
So I have not seen any nudity. I watched it.
Well, there's one that you had playing whenever I came down, and she doesn't, it's not nudity, but she flashes her underwear and
Yeah,
stuff,
it's
and I
that
don't think that's
one.
appropriate. That's
Okay.
that one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's
We
just
can-
watch this one real quick. Gypsy's farewell video to Victor 2. We have not watched that one, correct?
Have you
I don't
watched
think
it?
so.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Oh, let me get the data on that one. So the date modified is 4/17/2015, 6:10 p.m. As I've said before, the date modified, I don't understand what they're going with there. Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely one that I want to show. I'm just trying to remember which one it is. And look.
Hello, my master. Or should I say, my former master. It is your former slave, Gypsy Rose. I am making you this video because you are no longer my master and you have given me away. So this is a very somber goodbye video. Goodbye doesn't mean really goodbye forever, but goodbye as in goodbye to you having been my master. You have taught me things these past, I'd say two and a few months, years. Things that I wouldn't have been able to understand or even do without you. Lots of things I have learned from you, and lots of things I have experienced with you. Some good, some bad. I have often wondered if I had pleased you as a slave. Sometimes I believe that maybe I was too stubborn or not willing to listen. Sometimes I resented you for things. But to be honest, and I always am honest, I really enjoyed you having been my master. I enjoyed your company. I enjoyed talking to you. I enjoyed learning from you. I'm trying to stay hopeful and happy right now, but to be honest, I'm quite sad because it's almost coming like to say goodbye to an old friend or family member. And it's not quite easy. Though I am happy, so very happy you have taught me and you're giving me and have given me to my new master, which is my soulmate, my wonderful, wonderful soulmate. And he is doing a wonderful job being my master. But I guess I was never good at goodbyes, but maybe I shouldn't say goodbye, but thank you. Thank you for training me to be more than I ever thought that I could be. Thank you for all those times that you had to be frustrated with me and teach me things that you had to reteach me. And thank you for just being so patient with me and loving. I realize that you don't give your affection without it being earned, but really all I have to say is whenever you did, goodness gracious, I felt so blessed and I felt so proud of myself and thankful and it really touched my soul. But you were so kind to me and so loving and I'm so proud of how far I've come, and I hope you're proud of me too, sir. And I realize I'm not your soulmate. Demona is. but I hope I've made you proud, and I hope I continue to make you proud with how I will be a good slave to Nick, which is my new master. And there will always be, and there always has been, a special place in my heart for you. Although I didn't get enough time to learn about you as much as I'd like, but you have this spirit that is both dominant, but you do have a loving side to you, and I got to see that a few times, and it touched me so deeply to where the thought of you leaving me, it just made me cry, and I wanted to beg you to stay. And I know that one day you'll leave Nick's body, and that will be a very sad day, because I don't want you to leave, sir. You're wanted and you're needed here, and I understand why you have to go. But please always know that you are welcome here anytime. You are loved and you are adored by me. And Demona will be in my body as long as she wants to be. So if you don't mind coming visit me too, I wouldn't mind. I'm gonna really miss you. And I really hate for this to be goodbye. So please, please, sir, I will beg you, please come back and visit me. Don't leave me now. I'm just getting to know you. Now you're gonna tell me. I mean, there's still so much that I can learn from you. And we can have magical times together too. And I'm sure you might feel something for me as your former slave. I just love you, and I adore you so much. And everything you've done for me. And everything you've done for me has brought me to where I'm able to be a woman for Nick. And I'll never be able to thank you enough for that. You made me the woman that I'm supposed to be, and you've gotten us to this point where I'm my soulmate slave, and that's a huge accomplishment. And I remember when I asked you if I could be a vampire, and you said that it would be best if I wouldn't. And maybe you're right, because maybe I'm just not meant to be one, but without you guiding me, I would have probably made the wrong choice. So thank you for steering me in the right direction every single time and pushing me to do my best, because without you, I would think, oh, well, I can't do it. You know, I just can't. But you pushed me and you told me to do it, and I did, no matter how hard it was. And you showed me that I could be more than just this I can't do it girl. You showed me that I could be more than what I am. And that is something I will take to heart and strive for every single day, because I learned that from you, sir. And I learned to be submissive, and I learned to be selfless, and learn to do for others, or learn to do for my master, which is, you know, very important in being a slave. And there were times that I complained about BDSM or complained about being a slave, but to be honest, it was never more fulfilling than being a slave. Whether it be to you or to Nick, it was just, there's something fulfilling in it, and you taught me that. And I will never, ever, ever forget that, and I will never forget you. So I'm going to say something really special to you. So, and as you can see, I'm wearing formal things, as formal as I could be. So I'm wearing my white collar, purple gloves, and a very pretty black dress. That's very formal. But I will say this. Thank you, my master, my former master, for every everything you have taught me. Thank you for always being there to support me and guide me through everything, and even whenever me and Nick would fight. Thank you for being there for me to vent. And you weren't just my master, you were also my friend and lover. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. I love and adore you, my wonderful former master. You are truly a wonderful soul. And I will never forget you. And I will say goodnight one last time. I don't know if I'm ready. Good night, the most handsome, brave, most kindest Sir Victor ever. And though you are not my master anymore, whoever your next slave is, she's very lucky. So I'm gonna sing my goodnight, which I already did that, but hey, why not twice, right? So I love and adore you, my wonderful former master. Good night, Sir Victor.
Oh, good gravy.
So that was in the, excuse me, y'all. So that was in the living room and the window was not blacked out.
Yep.
Absolutely correct. Great observation. What day is it? It's 4/17/2015, which is only 4 months before the crime. Or at least that is the date modified. Again, we've explained that sometimes it's accurate to the date, sometimes it's not. So take that with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
So did I understand right? I made a note because I was so confused. Did I understand right that she said, this is Gypsy saying goodbye to Victor because Victor doesn't want Gypsy as a slave anymore, just Demona, and only Nick wants Gypsy?
That's what I took away from it.
Yeah.
That's what I took away from it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really hard to follow.
No real person's actually breaking up with anyone.
Correct.
No, exactly. It's just all for
Nobody's
show.
leaving anybody. Yeah. This is a fantasy.
But does
okay?
Nick know that?
I don't know about that, but yeah, as far as Gypsy's video, yeah, in my
Mhm.
opinion.
So I noted that she said that he said it would be best for her to not be a vampire, so he didn't want her to be evil.
I couldn't even follow half of. I was trying to make notes and stuff, but I was so confused
That's
on
me
what was
as well.
happening.
It's like I've never had stuff that's so hard to follow in my life. It's like I can't come up with like a logical conclusion of any of the videos by the end of it.
Yeah. The only thing I did notice is that she's always saying goodbye in her videos. It seems like she's always apologizing and saying, this is our farewell, or I don't
Same
want
with
to
reviews and
leave.
emails
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
every dude.
Well, and it's a control thing. You push them away so that they have to come crawling back, which I did also notice. It's been big controversy lately that they weren't into BDSM. It was role play because they're different. And she just used the term BDSM. So it's official. That's what they were doing. Nobody can argue it. It's coming right from her.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Also, did anyone notice that she's wearing a white collar?
I
Her
thought
flea
it looked like
collar?
a white Saresta flea collar, but yeah.
It was a what?
Probably- I thought it looked like
Oh.
a white Saresta flea collar, but it's probably something she swiped from the mall or something or other.
I mean,
Spencer's.
it could be
There
a
was a
flea collar.
Spencer's in Battlefield Mall when they lived there.
So Ashley sent a screenshot saying that the white collar generally indicates a submissive who is currently in a collar of consideration, a phase, or a trial period within a potential relationship.
Yeah. It's usually the first step is what I understand. So Brandy,
Nice thing.
what is your observations on this whole thing?
I wrote in capital letters, fake cry.
Well, yeah.
I was thinking, I think she can cry on cue. She wrote in her book about practicing scenes from movies as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this video, going from the very first videos y'all played to this one, the others were so awkward and like neither one were comfortable with what they were doing kind of feel. And this, she feels more comfortable to me.
I guess I didn't see that myself, but yeah.
No, yeah, I totally see that.
If you think we're confused, imagine Nick's feelings, honestly.
Yeah, honestly. The most comfortable I've ever seen her look was in the video that we had to censor a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, the Ruby one.
Ruby one, yes. It really seems like when she comes into her evil side that she's
it's not a character anymore. It's more
is that the one that she ended up flashing that y'all almost didn't catch?
Yeah.
I can
agree with that one.
Again, we double checked and somehow we still missed it. So
and not necessarily topic, but it seems like Ruby's come out to play. Seeing her most recent TikTok.
Yes, if anyone saw, it looks like she dyed her hair red, has a bit of a pixie cut now.
Like pink.
Maybe a filter making it look red because she's very filtered in that one.
You may have blocked me. I don't know.
I blocked her.
I just saw a screenshot on Reddit.
I didn't block her because I don't want her to see my stuff. I just blocked her because I don't want to come across her stuff and then get her money and views.
Fair.
Okay, so do you guys want to move on to
I think this one's okay. So this is the Harley Quinn video. It's only a few seconds long, if I remember correctly.
It's only a minute long. Hold on.
Okay, I'm just double checking. I checked earlier, watched the whole thing, but after yesterday, I'm getting nervous. So since it's a minute long, bear with me as I triple check.
And she labels this as Harley Quinn?
Yes, my dear as harleyquinn.mp4. That's the name of the file.
Okay.
See, to me, I've been astounded by how comfortable she seems in all of her videos. I got the impression in some of the earlier ones that she was trying to portray more vulnerable. Because she was also saying that she was 18 and telling him she couldn't walk and had all these mental issues.
I think, well, she's definitely confident in this one, but what I will say is that I think some of the videos, maybe her being out of breath, because I noticed she's out of breath in pretty much a lot of these videos. And Ashley had pointed out that maybe it was the anxiety.
Because I do that, Ashley does that. We'll get anxious, and sometimes it'll just sound like we're out of breath.
But at the same time, it's like she doesn't get
a
real
medical problem.
Anxious a lot.
She only seems to get that way when she's standing up or has been dancing.
Well, and that is kind of interesting that you said that, because the long 40-minute video where she's completely naked in her living room, she's out of breath most of the time that she's filming that, and she's standing up or kneeling the entire time.
Yeah, kneeling, a lot of kneeling.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to be playing, as you can see on the bottom left-hand corner, my dear is Harley Quinn, MP4.
This is a message for my perfect, brilliant Joker true love. Well, I bet you're up to something perfectly deviant. And if I know you, I know that you'll be planning to take over the world. Watch the burn. But you can't do it without me. That's why you and I make the perfect team. So when we're in person, when we're outside of this pathetic city, we are going to cause a mayhem and destruction like nobody's ever seen. So, until then, I wait. See you around, Puddin'.
That was just like, keep making content.
Yeah.
Also, the whole time we were listening to the Shineere video, I kept thinking the mouth sounds and everything sound like he was trying to imitate the Joker's tongue flicks and the way he talked. Saying, it sounds like she's requested a Joker character.
Harley Quinn, definitely. Did she accidentally hit the light? Because it definitely turned off, and you could hear the click. Or was
Yeah.
it Dee Dee? I'm sure she accidentally hit it.
Well,
but-
she in a lot of these videos, she'll hit like where she takes a picture of from the video.
that's not what happened there, though.
Oh, really?
Did you see? Hold up. Let's go back real quick. Did anyone in the chat see what I'm talking about? Like the light
Yeah.
turned off and I heard a click, but it's.
This is a message
Hold on.
for my perfect, brilliant Joker true love.
Let's see if I can find. I'm just gonna play it from here.
Perfectly deviant. And if I know you, I know that you'll be planning to take over the world. Watch the burn. But you can't do it without me. That's why you and I make the perfect team. So when we're in person, when we're outside of this pathetic
See?
city, we are gonna cause a
Did she just like?
The
It looks like she might have gone up against the wall and turned it off on accident.
I think
Maybe.
either that or she reached over and turned it on. My impression.
Well, because she has one hand with the camera,
and the other
and the other
hand's
hand was
doing
moving,
something.
So that's why I was like, maybe she just kind of like hit it with her back. I don't think Dee Dee was in the room, but
No,
I
I don't
just
think so
noticed it.
either. Or the camera went off, or the light went off on the camera.
Yeah, but do you guys see that she's wearing makeup here, even though her mom doesn't let her
Yeah.
wear makeup?
A lot of
Yeah.
eye makeup.
I wish the camera went off instead of the light.
But watch out, Margot Robbie.
There's 14 seconds left. We'll just finish
We'll
this.
finish it again.
Mhm.
mayhem and destruction like nobody's ever seen. So, until then, I wait. See you around, Puddin'.
That was very much keep baking content. Even
Yeah.
the little click. She did the little click.
Gypsy has never changed.
It's like, dang, she has so many of the same mannerisms all these years later.
Yeah. So, Brandy, seeing that now, okay, you've always conceptualized in your brain what was going on between her and Nick, the dynamic and everything. So, after seeing all of these videos that have come out so far, does it live up to the expectation? Is it way crazier? Tell me your thoughts. You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry, I forgot I muted in case because of the video. It's way different. Watching him on the first video that you had, and he's reading what his script is,
Mhm.
and then she does her script without anything, was very telling for me. And we always believed that he gave her scripts to read. And if that's the case, maybe there were scripts. There could have been scripts and she memorized them. I don't know. Maybe.
There are questions.
Questions. We'll
not
play it here in a
scripts.
second. Yeah, it's just like an outline of things he wants her to talk about. And something we're actually going to play does show that Nick is at least into some of like the fantasies.
Oh
that
yeah, he's totally into it
he's
too.
totally into it.
There were emails. Of course, they're not going to get put out now because of the narrative that a certain someone likes to put out. There were emails to other girls that were his friends, and the one they call sister.
Yes.
That there's a lot of the same lifestyle and role play and BDSM talk and that kind of stuff there.
Mhm.
So I know everybody wants to put it all up on Gypsy. We can't, to be honest, because there were things before Gypsy that he was doing. Now, do I think that she manufactured more on these role playing and the depth of things? Absolutely. That I do from what I've been watching with what you guys have been putting out. I have one question. You guys live in Missouri. I don't live in Missouri, so this isn't my wheelhouse. What the hell was the state thinking? They had this footage. They had all of this.
Well, he
Yeah,
never went to trial because of the plea deal.
Right. Why did they give that kind of plea deal with this kind of stuff in their pocket?
because she was the darling of Springfield, and if they, I mean, as far as I understand, to my understanding, Dan Patterson was up for re-election, so was, or one of them, It was either Sheriff Arnott or Dan Patterson. One of them was up for re-election.
think
I
it was
believe that
Gaines.
Sheriff Arnott probably wanted to continue the investigation.
Mhm.
I think this
That's
all
my understanding.
So I think this all lands on Dan Patterson. And honestly, from everything I've seen of Missouri, living here for now 4 years, I believe that the good old boy system is alive and well. And yeah, a lot of things.
And it happens in Texas, but I mean, because it's a sad thing. It really is, because they didn't have money. Gypsy and Dee Dee did not have money. They weren't from an affluential family. There was nothing to gain. So I'm baffled. That baffles me. Other than, were they trying to protect the hospitals and things for helping these two with the con? And this has been hard for me to swallow. And I've seen a few comments about me being a Gypsy supporter. So let me just put this out there, guys. That changed a while back in a lot of ways. I still stand by the fact that I do feel there was an abuse situation happening that developed and created the murderer that we have involved here that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I do 100% believe she was created
Mm-hmm.
to be who she is. And it manifested and magnified and grew into, I think, way more than anybody ever expected.
But who do you believe created this monster?
Dee Dee.
And
Really?
why do you think that? Because
Because
everything
of- Because of who she isolated. And if you go back and listen to things that the Petries have said about their sister and how things were. I don't think Dee Dee meant to. So let me put that out there. I think that she wanted her life away from people. She wanted her daughter to herself. She wanted to keep her daughter young. And that was, she loved her. I'm not saying that. And I think that I think that the microdeletion was an issue. I don't think anybody really realized that. But then, I mean, we have her telling people she had cancer, she wasn't going to live, she was going to do. And so it was a con that kind of snowballed. And she developed a very spoiled child, a very self-centered child. And that developed a serious psychotic issue, in my opinion.
Okay, well, I will say that
and there's a lot more to it than that. I'm trying to put my words together because I wasn't prepared to do all that. But
yeah, no. I would say that from my perspective, this is just my perspective. The Petries, to me, everything I have seen them ever talk about Dee Dee or about Gypsy, I feel as if there's a lot of bias and they have a big chip on their shoulders when it comes to their sister or their aunt or their daughter. I think that because she was not like them in whatever way that is, I don't know if she was just more bold, fun-loving.
Doted on.
Yeah, doted on because she was
doted on, very doted on, given things they weren't.
Yeah,
wasn't made to clean like they were. There was, and there is a huge weird family dynamic.
And so if you listen to everything that the Petries have ever said, nothing that they have ever said has made me feel like Dee Dee was a bad person.
No, and I don't think that either. And I'm not trying to say that because I don't think Dee Dee was a bad person. I think that I think there was a lot of mental health issues that needed to be dealt with years ago. And I think that, and that's where, on all of this, where how I have stood on defending Gypsy when I did defend Gypsy was for the child who the adults in her life, and this was, I've said this many times, even to Christy, I've said this. I had an issue with the adults in a child's life that failed her.
Yeah.
All of the adults in that child's life failed her and are responsible for the woman that we have sitting here today after spending 8.5 years in prison. And technically, and in the words I said yesterday to them, is lucky she's not sitting life in prison. Lucky.
Yeah, and I would say that Dee Dee definitely spoiled her and created more of a problem, but I think that there was a lot more mental health. And
it ended up being untreated mental illness, in all honesty.
Yeah.
I want to say something real quick. I'm reading the chat a little bit. It is totally cool to disagree with people.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have some differing opinions than Brandy on some things, and probably most people on this panel do. But we're trying to have a productive conversation. And the only way to truly get to the bottom of things is to hear what everybody has to say. It doesn't matter whether she's correct, incorrect. None of us will ever know what really happened in that house.
Right.
And I feel like Dee Dee should not have been murdered. She seemed
I
like
agree.
she did love Gypsy.
She loved her a
and
lot.
she seemed like she was trying the best that she could. But I feel like just because someone passes away in a brutal way does not excuse a whole life worth of everything that happened. And at the end of the day, she was in the very least a scammer, in my opinion.
And
in
Millennial
some ways.
can validate
I'm
that
very
as far.
interested in what Millennial has to say on this.
Millennial can validate that as far as Dee Dee always said that Gypsy was going to die early, and she pushed that narrative.
Yeah, people have pointed out that it is possible before, her chromosome issue was diagnosed that a doctor might have told her something about a life expectancy. However, I come across a KY3 News deal just the other night where they were interviewing one of her neighbors right after the murder, and the neighbor was really upset. And one of the things she mentioned was that it was shocking that they mentioned all the cash that was in the house and the cash that Gypsy took with her, because Dee Dee had just told her the week before that she was having trouble paying her bills and she'd loaned her money. So, I mean, and that could be a mental health, actual cash hoarding issue from being kicked out of her family home, the hurricane, like a lot of things. Dee Dee was murdered, and like, I'm not mad at her for that right now. You know what I mean? But that was factual. That was an issue that Dee Dee had, and it's nothing that she deserved to die for.
Yeah, but
absolutely not.
I feel like what Dee Dee was struggling with was completely different than what Gypsy was struggling with.
Me too.
Dee Dee was not a sexual deviant. Dee Dee was not somebody that was acting all kinds of ways like that. Yeah, she was probably a little simple at certain times, or conveniently simple, more than that. And but I think she definitely had some mental illnesses, and I believe that Gypsy has some mental illnesses, especially after seeing, her response to all this. I don't know if she thinks it's a flex or what, but that just shows more glaringly that she has a severe mental illness and needs help.
It shows her sociopathy is what it shows. Big
Well,
as hell.
And what I was going to say is, Brandy brought up, Nick's previous messages with his ex. I think some have come online at some point in time, because I recall seeing some of them. So we know there was some of those dynamics there. But we also know from Dan's deposition that Gypsy was role playing and doing the same stuff too. So I think it's fair to say that both fed off of one another in that aspect. But it's not unfair to say Gypsy amplified it by bringing up committing murder and doing it together, and they did. But also, like you were saying, her mom created it. I don't think that could be entirely wrong, but I don't think that it's necessarily that her mom created her to be evil on purpose. I think that she just spoiled her to the point of not knowing what the word no meant and how to grasp the reality of being told no. But also, I do think that there is a point worth looking at with her micro deletion. There is a very large link with schizophrenia. As a matter of fact, whenever you look it up, that's one of the main things it mentions, is being a large link with that and seeing schizophrenic people having it often. And I'm not saying she has schizophrenia, but I'm saying it's possible, because we do see the lack of reality even today.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, I just want to say, okay, so it says, just shocks you with all the stuff you've seen that you still feel that way, shows people only see what they want to instead of the truth. That couldn't be further from the truth, in my personal opinion. Again, we are looking at this objectively. We're just listening to what people have to say. And again, if anyone has anything negative to say to Brandy, we would appreciate it if you don't. Although you can speak your mind, we don't need to take it out on people for having different opinions than us. But in this particular, in reference to this particular comment, Gypsy was not a child. They were saying that Gypsy was a child. and she was getting certain benefits that were only designated for children. Am I correct or incorrect?
That's correct.
Yeah.
That and the fact that Millennial says that in Springfield and Aurora, she was going around telling people that Gypsy was going to die soon and that she needed help paying bills and groceries and different things
She
over
was
the years.
getting the
Excuse me,
child support,
I'm sorry.
and I understand that she might have had to go to court to demand child support from Rod, but we know that she did get child support.
Yeah, real quick. Again, I don't normally address the negative comments in here, but I'm just going to be so real with you. My mom does this for cognitive therapy. We just so happened to stumble across this Gypsy Rose case. We're just having a conversation. And I understand that you guys want to see the videos and they will all come out in due time, but we're just having a conversation, hopefully respectfully. We would like for our comments to remain respectful, please. And there are a lot of great creators, such as like Conspiracy, that are going through all of these things and talking about the individual emails or just playing them, or I'm sorry, videos and just playing them through. If you would like to wait a couple of days for these to come out, then you can. And I'm very sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying this is our live. This is my mom's channel. She does it for cognitive therapy because she's a disabled veteran. And what I will not take is disrespect towards her because she's very sweet. Dislike me. That's totally cool. Disagree with what we're saying. That's totally cool. But this is a lovely woman and please do not be rude. Thank you. Much love.
Ragtime gals in timeout.
Yeah, no. And I genuinely, people are so rude a lot. I get a lot of really rude comments, not nearly as much as a lot of you guys. I know that. But at the end of the day, I'm only here because I fell down a rabbit hole because my cousin's in prison. Yeah. So, and if you want to get the real truth without a lot of spin and me like trashing everybody everywhere, you'll just get the documents from me and whatever. But and
the only way to change people's minds is to have productive conversations with people that feel differently than you. And that's not just with the Gypsy Rose case. Yeah. That's everywhere in life. Now, I will admit there are some people in the Gypverse that we don't feel like we can have a productive conversation with. I'm not naming names, but you can think about it for 2 seconds and you're probably right. Okay. But Brandy has been nothing but respectful to us. And I hope that she feels the same about us to her. So,
well, this whole that Brandy's just spilling the new Blanchard narrative. Let's just put this out there, guys. I've ended all contacts and relationships there. So next, I don't.
She's friend any longer.
I have been friends with more people on this side than I have that side for a year now, probably.
I would say friendship is a loose term. I mean, depending on what you mean by friendship, I have a lot of people that I speak to. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm friends with them, but they might think that I am.
Yeah, true.
Because I'm kind to them, so yeah.
And Brandy, I'm pretty sure I've talked to you before. I feel like
what was it, about a month ago I was up here? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we've disagreed on things before, but we've never been hateful to one another. And that's the way it should be.
I've had talks with Millennial. I've had talks with Into the Weeds with many different people and just kind of compared how we see it. And we're able to disagree and move on and be respectful. And so this new narrative or this thing on the internet that people think that we have to agree 100% or we have to be ugly to each other is just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I missed that comment you just had up there, but I saw my name. Sorry.
You just said that you've grown.
Also, it's so important that we hear other people's opinions and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. What we would be boring as fuck if we all had the same opinion. Yeah. And us expressing our different opinions is how we see different points of views and things we missed.
Exactly.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why I started the stream a little earlier today is so that we could actually talk about it and I didn't feel rushed to get off and feel like I was wasting people's time. So okay, so let's see. What other video do you want to show, Alora?
So I do want to show that one video. I apologize to you guys. The first maybe minute or so, I might have to keep off screen. I'll show like a couple seconds of it and I'll take it off screen just so that we're not showing anything. There's no nudity, but there's more than I would like to show on our channel and more than I feel like is appropriate to show just out of respect for just women in general. It has nothing to do with me respecting Gypsy. It has to do with the fact that it just is not appropriate to show that for anybody. And I hope that everyone understands that.
Okay, this is the one you're doing, right?
Yes, I believe
Okay,
so.
so this is Gypsy's part to Nick, and it is date modified 6/13/2014 at 8:55 p.m. and the duration is 24 minutes and 38 seconds. So, okay.
Okay, I'm sharing like 2 seconds and then I'm hiding it again. I hope that's okay.
Okay, make sure you have your finger over the button
Hello.
on the remove.
I'm making you this video right now by command of master, and please try and bear with me because I don't have as good of a memory as you do. So I got my laptop here to remember a list of things, the topics and everything I'm supposed to talk to you about. So I will begin, but first of all, master did have what do you call that, wardrobe instructions, and I was supposed to wear red. Well, I was originally supposed to wear a deep red, but I had so much trouble finding it. I went to so many different stores and I just couldn't find it. So anyway, after waiting so long and everything, master just sort of said, okay, we'll just go with a ruby red. So that's what I'm going with right now.
She will.
Actually, told Demona that, but she told me. So, so anyway, I'm wearing red, and also wearing these really, really nice fits, as you can see. With my white undies or panties or whatever you want to call them. So I am wearing what he told me to wear. Okay, I'll get started on what I'm supposed to be talking about now. Okay, now remember, please try and bear with me, honey. Okay, laptop. Okay, looks like the first thing on the list is how do I feel about oral sex on me, and first try to give you oral sex. That will be pretty exciting because I've never had it before. Also, I've never done it before. So I will be a bit nervous, but I will try and do my very best to give you the proper way of doing it. I will practice on stuff before, like I'll practice on popsicles, bananas, and things like this to try and practice before I just leap into it, and I really don't know what I'm doing. But I've also watched one, maybe two porn videos, so I kind of got the idea of what I should be doing. And so I'll try not to hurt you or whatever, or like scratch you with my teeth or anything. That's one of my biggest fears, is that I scratch you with my teeth, and that would be very painful for you, so I don't want to do that. Now, about you giving it to me will be pretty exciting. I bet you'll do a great job because you haven't given it to anyone yourself, so we're both newbies. So that's something we can experience together, and experience the newness of it together. And about first time in general for sex. We already discussed, you and me have discussed where, let me make sure this will click off. Okay. How we're gonna do it, where we're gonna do it. We have a plan set in motion. If for whatever reason we don't have enough time or whatever, which we're gonna try and really, really shoot for making our plan work, But just in case we don't have enough time, we know that next time I'm going to bring you back to Springfield for a second trip and everything like this. So we'll have more chances if we don't get the opportunity to have sex the first time we meet. It will be new for me because I am a virgin. I never, due to the clothes that I'm wearing right now, I look like a slut, but I'm your slut, so that's all that matters. But really, I've always been the good girl, one that didn't want to, you know, do anything serious with the boy, or, you know, my mom is so overprotective that having a boyfriend was just completely not okay. So, basically, you're my first boyfriend, and you're the person that I'm going to share all my firsts with. And so that's first kiss, first time having sex, first just everything. And every sexual experience that comes with being with someone. And that will all be with you. So my first time will be special. And even though it's not in a bed like I'd want it to be, but it's still going to be with my soulmate, so it's still very romantic. How do I feel about anal sex? You know that it's a fear of mine, just because to me it's weird, and it's like, it doesn't go there. But, you know, apparently some people do it that way. And I guess because I never really heard of it before, like, first time I've ever heard about sex is vaginal sex. So that's why I thought it was more normal to think about it that way. To think about vaginal sex rather than anal sex, because it just seems a little bit more different and foreign to me. And I am worried about the pain of it. Because, I mean, I know it's very, like, unattractive to talk about, but I've had enemas before in the hospital, and God, that hurt. And I cried and screamed, and even now I can't take enemas. I just don't like stuff going up my butt. But for you, you know, I would really be hopeful that you'd be sensitive to my fears and be sensitive to me being a virgin and first time for everything. So I would hope that you would use, like, make sure you're very lubricated so it slips in easy enough and it doesn't cause too much pain for me, because that's what I would want you to be concerned about, is that I have a very low tolerance for pain, and so that's my concern. But the only reason why I would be agreed to doing it is for you, because I love you so much and adore you and worship you. That's the only reason why I'd be doing it. You mentioned to me that you wouldn't do it a lot except for punishment purposes, which I agree with that. That's a pretty reasonable punishment. But anyway, I would do it for you. Alright, I'm okay with kinkiness. Like, handcuffs are fine for me. It doesn't matter what level of kinkiness. It really doesn't. So, about, you can eat food off of me. So if you want to, like, pour whipped cream all over me, that's fine too. Or if you want to just, like, put French fries on there, whatever, you ketchup, I don't know. Whatever floats your boat. But I'm fine with that too. Just as long as you let me do it back to you. How do I feel about your fantasies? I know pretty much all of your fantasies, particularly the rape one. I know the one about my body being nice and shiny and wet. And I'll probably have, like, oil sex with you. That's whenever you get all oiled up, and then, yeah, you do it. So I'd probably do that with you, as well as the tub fantasies and stuff like that we both would have in common. So, and as for the rape fantasies, I don't mind. I think that there's a line that's very delicate that I think that we shouldn't cross too much. If, like, I'm fragile. You know that I have, I might not be as fragile as you may have thought before, because now I can walk. But besides that, that, like, punching me is out of the question. Cutting me, like, really deep isn't okay. Anything that's, like, physical abuse that would be labeled abuse, I'm not okay with. If it's spanking, that's fine. If it's me being tied up, that's fine. I don't mind that. It's just where it comes, if I say a safe word, if it's a fantasy and we have a safe word, and if I say that safe word, that means please stop, you're hurting me, and I really don't like this anymore, and I would really like us to stop. And, that would be my way of saying that. If I say that safe word, that's what I mean. I'm not kidding around. You're hurting me, so please stop. But if I don't say the safe word, that means, and I say, oh, no, or whatever, pretend, that's just pretend. That's just part of the fantasy. It doesn't mean that I want you to stop. If I want you to stop, I'll say that safe word. Oh, and your fantasy on a beach. I have the same one too. And when we go on our honeymoon, I'm thinking that it should be somewhere exotic, like Hawaii or something. Doing this so my camera won't go off. So I think that would be really fun. Maybe at night, or maybe for like a sunset. That would be really romantic too. So yes, my chest size. If you like it the way it is, that's fine. I've never had any trouble with it. I'm confident on my own. The way it is now, I'm a B cup. I've grown since a few years ago, because a few years ago, I measured me and I was in an A cup, I think an A36, but now I'm in a B cup. So I'm a size bigger, yay! But I'm really okay with it if you want me to take vitamins or go through a natural process to make my chest grow a little bit bigger. Obviously, I don't want like a double Z, because that would be like way too big. But a C would be nice. I would be happy with that. I've always said the one thing I didn't like about my body was my nose, because I have my father's nose and I hate it. But you give me self-confidence, so I'm not as much concerned with it as I used to be. Why giving my virginity to you is special. It is extremely special because you are my soulmate, and I have been waiting a very long time to give it to the right person. I know I've told you that I had one guy that I liked, and I was very close to thinking about sleeping with him, but as you know, the circumstances, I did not feel comfortable with him, and I knew it wasn't right. So I didn't do it. I chickened, so I didn't even want to even try and give him my virginity, because I know that it's something so special, and it's only something that my soulmate should have. It's only something that my husband should have. And you know my upbringing. I come from a Christian background, and we firmly believe that waiting till marriage, or waiting till you're engaged, or at least that you are gonna spend the rest of your life with this person. And for me, that's you. And so for me, it's exciting. I'm a bit nervous, but it's only because I'm nervous because I hope that I please you, and I hope I meet your expectations of me. And I know you definitely will meet mine. It's special to me because I know that I'm loved, that it's not just sex, it's making love. And it's something so special and something so beautiful that you can only give to someone once. And even though you're giving your body to your husband again and again and again, your virginity is like this little ball of light, which is not really a little ball of light, but metaphorically speaking, it's a little ball of light. That it's a gift to your husband, that it's a present that you're showing that you've always been faithful to him and that you've been waiting for him and that you're fully his. And that's why it's so special to me to give my virginity to you, because you're my hubby, or, you know, my future hubby, and, you know, you're pretty much my husband. So that's why it's so incredibly special to me. And I hope that it's special to you too, honey. Let's see. Okay. Slender body type is the next topic. My body type, at first it started off as being kind of like a banana shape, but as you know, I have a big ass, and an even, an okay chest size. So I guess I have a, sorry, what do you call that? It helps me think. Hourglass shape. So I have a big ass, and I mean, if I'm like basically posing, it will go like that. So it's not a pear, but it's a perfect hourglass. For my petite size, and I fully believe in fitness. I try and exercise as much as I can. I do sit-ups sometimes, but I can't do them too good. I like to dance, as you know. So these are all stuff I try to be fit, and I try not to have too much body fat. But I know that you love me no matter what. Even if I do become fat one day, you'll love me. But I do believe in us staying fit and healthy together. So eating good foods, organic stuff could definitely keep you lean and fit. So I don't mind us being in shape. First kiss. I have never been kissed by someone that loved me or kissed someone that I love. And nor have I had a very long kiss. Like the kind that you see in the movies. I haven't had one like that. The longest kiss I had was, or I don't even really want to call it a kiss, it was more a peck. I could kiss my grandmother the way I kissed this guy and it not be awkward. I swear, it was like this. It was that quick, and it wasn't even enjoyable. And like I told you before, I didn't feel anything for that guy, and that's why I didn't feel anything, and I got very confused. Like I explained to you, like, why don't I feel anything? Because it's not my soulmate. That's why. And that's why, for me to have a kiss with you, I want it to be long, I want it to be romantic, and I want it to be meaningful. And I know it will be because I know it's with the right person now. Okay, we have had this conversation a lot, but you want to get, or are a little bit insecure. I know, honey. I know you are. Don't try to deny it. I know you are a little bit insecure about your penis size. Don't worry. You don't have to be. 6 inches big enough. I know some guys with, like, I mean, I don't really know some guys, and I really don't know if their penis is that tiny, but I've heard some with like 3 inch or 4 inch. So you're perfect for me. You're a perfect size for me. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, I have heard of guys with 9 inches and 10 inches, which is like way too big and would freak me out. I'm like, that doesn't exist. The biggest I would let you get is a 7. And that's the biggest, because any more would just be uncomfortable to have sex with. But I mean, I would, no matter what, but I'm just saying 7, it would be the biggest I'd let you get with being okay with. But I think you're perfect the way you are. So I wouldn't change that. Okay, and looks like the last thing is how do I feel about threesomes? Sorry, my hair is like driving me crazy. These bangs. Oh, sorry. I have to fix my hair first. It looks awful. Yeah. You'd be laughing your ass off right now. Okay, back to the topic. Threesomes. For me, it's not something I'm fully comfortable with just because I see it as cheating. So if it was like you and another guy, I don't think I would want it with another guy. Neither would I want it with another girl just because I'd get jealous. So expect jealousy out of me if you wanted to do that kind of thing. If you wanted to experiment once or twice or whatever, expect me to be jealous or expect me to hog you a lot. So I'd be on top of you a lot. You are not allowed to kiss her. That is a rule, and I'm very firm about that because I believe that kissing should be only with your soulmate or with someone that you have affection for. And if you were to kiss her, I would think that you love her and that would start a fight between us, and I don't want that. And neither would I kiss a guy. So if you wanted to, I'll do it, but I won't do it a lot just because I want us to have intimate moments together, just us. And, I feel like, sorry, something. I feel like with Master and Demona and me and you, I feel like we have 4 people. So it's like we have enough adventure in our life and enough excitement of having multiple personalities to keep each other interested and just keep that excitement going. So if you wanted something more than me, like if you wanted like a naughtier girl, you have Demona or your mistress, Demona, sorry. Don't want to informally do that. And I have Master, and he's more of the stricter, more authoritative figure. Not that you're not authoritative, but you're more of my fun soulmate, lovey-dovey kind of guy that I can make love with. And you have Mistress Demona that can give you that authoritative pleasure and feeling. So I feel like if we have 2 bodies, well, you have a body and I have a body, but we have like 4 personalities between us all. So we have enough fun and enough whatever, I don't even know, think of the word, whatever, to keep us all interested. So I feel like if you wanted a threesome, I'd do it only because you wanted to, but I feel like we have enough excitement in our relationship, enough as it is, to keep us happy. And that seems to be what I am to talk to you about. The rest is for Demona. And I will add this because I'm supposed to do a separate video for you, but since I'm doing videos now, I might as well bring this up. If you, I know I explained a little bit of this earlier, but if you were to rape me as punishment, that would be fine too. I agree that anal can be used for punishment, and I agree that rape can be used to punish me. If you wanted to rape me if I did something bad or did something wrong, no, none of the biggies. I don't do any of the biggies, so you know I won't cheat on you. I won't lie to you. No, I've lied in the past, not meaning to. I had skeletons in the closet. We made a clean slate. That's all over and done with. No more lies. So no lies, no cheating. I don't ever take you for granted. I'm always so thankful for you, and I'm blessed to have you. So I never, ever, ever take you for granted or anything like that. But if, say, I went to the store without telling you, might put myself in danger, that would give you license to rape me or, punish me in that sense. So, that is what I am supposed to tell you in this video. Have I got everything right so I don't have to do it? I love, adore, and worship you, my amazing King Charming. Good night, my love.
That was a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, like a lot.
Word to the wise, don't go to take a drink until you know what they're fixing to say. Just don't trust me on that one.
So I got a lot of notes.
Me too.
You start.
Okay, sorry. So what I wanted to initially say is that you guys, all of this is extremely uncomfortable for me to even listen to, let alone put it on a YouTube channel for the world to see. Okay. So I want you guys to understand my dilemma that's going on with me right now. Okay. Like, I know that in my personal life, I'm going to get blowback from a certain group of people, and I have to stand firm in the fact that at the end of the day, I love history. I'm a historian at heart, and these videos show how we were manipulated in real time and show how the truth isn't always as it appears.
Yes.
So I just wanted you guys to understand, for me, this is big for me, because I know Bree and Gypsy were talking about how I stopped the last round of FOIAs that I got. I stopped talking about everything because it was so heavy when they started talking about sacrificing their 13-year-old daughter's virginity. I stopped because I was just so blown away that was even a thought in either one of their minds.
No matter where it came from, it's terrifying.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just the fact that was even a possibility in their minds freaked me out. And so I just shut it down, and I was like, look, guys, and I had thrown it out to everybody,
So anyone could
for a
see
long
it,
time,
do
for
it,
people to
whatever.
see it, and so the fact that I'm just bringing this to you guys raw is something that I hope you appreciate, because at the end of the day, this is not me. This is very uncomfortable for me, but I believe that this is very important. And if I didn't believe that, I would not be doing this right now.
And I don't feel like I need to tell anybody this because it might be obvious, but sexually explicit things don't really bother me. However, some of the stuff that's coming in is so scary and so deviant, and that's also why I share a lot of my perspective of someone who's very sex positive, because I like to try and think of it as somebody who is, but even as someone who is, this stuff is like heavy, really bad, and yeah, it's a really complicated situation. But even me not being ashamed of anything in that realm, I do feel conflicting emotions when sharing somebody else's private videos, but I have to keep reminding myself that it is relevant to the case.
At the end of the day, and that I think that people don't understand that at the end of the day, all of these videos are relevant to the case. It's just a matter of putting them out there for visually everybody to see. So audibly, I can put some of these things out, but I will not be putting any of these things out that I have seen visually, because today I was just so shocked. I mean, yeah, I was completely shocked. So I'm just being real with you guys. I'm just a disabled veteran who has a podcast, who was trying to get used to reading and speaking again. So this is history in the making. It is what it is. It's being documented for the state of Missouri, and so that one day, hopefully, this doesn't happen again, where we have somebody who is so maniacal and deviant getting one over on the judicial system and the people of the world.
Also, as residents of Missouri, we in real time in our personal lives have seen how corrupt the system can be. And I feel like it's very important to show the kind of things that people let slide. Because again, there's some stuff we're seeing in our personal lives that aren't appropriate to share at the moment. But it's messed up. And I'm not accusing, I'm not saying every single person that is in law enforcement or, higher is necessarily inherently a bad person, but
No,
these
they're not.
systems are not designed to be for the people. In my personal opinion.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, so we'll shut up and you guys can talk.
sorry.
So I want to make a few points really fast because I'm going to have to dip out for like 5 minutes. So I'm just going to like mute my stuff. But I thought it was interesting. She said her body was shaped like a banana. I don't even know what that is supposed to mean.
Neither.
She went on her live yesterday and spoke about this peck, and it was Dan. But I also noticed that whenever she said she thought she was going to give her virginity to one guy, but she didn't. She said the circumstances and all that, but she's framing it as if it was her choice and not the fact that Dan had a spinal injury and physically could not be mounted or mount her.
Right.
So it wasn't a choice. There was no choice. It couldn't happen. And I thought it was really weird that all of the grape stuff was all him, whatever. He says he's into it, but why is she educating him on it with the safe word?
A very good observation.
Well, and also she says, when I say stop, I don't mean stop unless I say that safe word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is normal in BDSM, not to defend her, but that
Right. No,
Yeah,
I
but
was
in her
just
book,
bringing
she
it up.
never.
I was just bringing it up because, when she's on the stand, she was like, well, I was consenting, but then I did say stop. You didn't say the
And
safe
she
word.
specifically instructed him to ignore that. And she said in her book as well, I told him stop. She never mentioned saying a safe word.
Yep.
That's a very good observation for me both.
One thing I noted, Amber, since you brought up the child sacrifice thing, she said in there that they have to be careful because it's a delicate balance to find that you can't cross because she's fragile. What about the 13-year-old girl?
Yeah, she doesn't have any selflessness or self-awareness.
At all. At all.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, the food kinks. The food kinks. She is talking about the kinks and how, because she kind of made it sound like in, what was it, the book where she talks about it, like he was forcing her to do the food kinks, but she's over here talking like she knows a lot about them and what she can do.
Yeah. Well, and even with the prison emails, we saw her talking about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's wild.
Oh, sorry. I'm just checking something while you guys are talking. My bad.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Something I made note of. She said she had enemas in the hospital.
Yes.
Have there been any records of that?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I doubt there's.
Why in the hell would she need an enema? All the foods that she describes that she eats are not solid. Mainly Pediasure, Royal mashed potatoes, even the ones we've heard her talk about in there, cheesecake, gumbo. She said pancakes. Like, she claims she's never had steak and hardly ever had. Like, how would she even get stopped up? And we saw the poopy meds in the cabinet.
Well, if we have a nurse in the chat, maybe they can answer for us, because I know on the surgeries I've had, if it's been a surgery in the lower extremity area, like you had my hysterectomy and all, I had to do the enema things to clean everything out for that kind of surgery.
Yes.
So the only surgeries that we have are the pituitary gland, her dental, and her eye stuff. I don't.
And she also had. she also had something done with her stomach where they did something. I know it wasn't a G poem where they like cut the muscle, but it was something to do with the intestines or
The
something
fallopian or
to where she couldn't actually throw up anymore. She's not
Oh
like
yes, yes,
physically
I forgot
able
about
to
that
throw
one.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I forgot about
so that would definitely lend towards her having an enema or something like
that
that.
one. Yes,
But
yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, and this is a little real, but like, so in the army, I cannot tell you how many soldiers I had to send to sick call for enemas and things like that, or they would have to drink that really nasty uh bottle.
Laxative or
It's a
something?
laxative, and it's
that
like
clear liquid.
I can't remember, but it's like really sweet and
Magnesium citrate.
that's
Yes.
what it is. That's what it is. And so I cannot tell you how many times I myself or other soldiers had to take that during sick call.
I'm just putting this on the screen because she said she's an RN, but I'm only putting this up because Brandy, didn't you say that you did have that experience?
I had
So
it too.
every experience could be different. I know that there's supposed to be a standard, but that doesn't mean that things might
I
not.
had to do my hysterectomy. I had to drink the really gross stuff, and then they also did a whole nother flush beforehand. So
Yeah, same with me. Yeah, so
that stuff. Oh, never again.
yeah, the magnesium.
I can't remember what
Yeah,
it's called.
that stuff is so disgusting, and I cannot tell you how many times I had to watch soldiers drink that stuff. It was gross.
So
I thought
gross.
it was interesting. She gave Nick a little speech about healthy eating and not getting overweight.
Yeah.
That definitely seemed like she's like, you must look a certain way, must be a certain way.
And we saw that with her with Ryan in the emails.
Because I would say if most people saw a man telling a woman that we have to work out, you have to eat organic and stuff, that would be, frowned upon.
Yeah, sexual
It's just inappropriate. It's just
sexist. That's what I was trying to
sexist.
say.
Yeah, sexist, misogynistic, whatever.
Yes.
But again, I'm not saying that I'm not making any claims about anything. I'm just saying it's not cool to do something to a man that you wouldn't want done to a woman, vice versa.
I agree.
Across the board, y'all.
Okay, so is there anything else?
Did
Go
y'all
ahead.
notice whenever she was talking about how she almost had an experience with another guy, Dan, I assume, when she
Yeah.
clipped it, she started to say, I chickened out about something and then
She
clipped
did.
it.
She did, and I would like to actually I can't wait until you guys get a hold of all this footage and start clipping things. I really am enjoying going through TikTok and seeing everybody's presentation of all of this information.
Commentary.
And to be somebody who loves history so much, this is just kind of blowing my mind that I'm even a part of it, even though I'm doing it. And
It is really funny because I've seen a bunch of people comment on it that I've watched since like high school. And I'm like, oh, that's really funny that you're saying something about something that I was a part of.
Yeah, and if you guys go and look at all our content and things like that, we don't focus always on Gypsy Rose.
No.
We focus on all kinds of different things, and you'll find a lot of really weird nuggets. Alora and I have gone through a lot of things, and we just try to bring you what we can. So did you want to play that?
Yeah, it's only 2 minutes and 53 seconds. I let it play through. I didn't hear what she said, but I saw that there's no nudity. So we're going to see what it is.
But I will have my finger on the trigger.
Just in case, because you can never be too careful.
So this is called Gypsy's Video to My Evil Side.
And we will look at the date on it
After we share this.
Sorry,
Yeah.
on the screen. Oh, it's on mute. Sorry.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Sorry, guys. I muted it earlier just to make sure there was no nudity. And you're still on mute.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh.
I'm just going back.
Okay. I just want to make sure you knew that. Okay. Sorry, y'all.
Hello, sir. Miss Gypsy, and I am making this video to you, sir, Nick's evil side. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sir, I just wanted to let you know that thank you so much for what you're gonna do for me and for all of us, and that I do love you and I do respect you, and thank you again for doing this for us. I am so sorry that I didn't get all the ingredients that are necessary. I didn't get the taser because I thought that we're gonna do one plan and then I ended up changing it. So please don't hurt me that much. I promise you that I won't fail you whenever I know that I'm supposed to do a specific task, sir. And I did end up getting a knife, and I hope that it will be adequate. And I got tape and handcuffs, and I hope that will do. And thank you again for doing this for us. And I understand that punishment is necessary for my mistake of not getting the taser. And so I accept that punishment, sir. I'm not ready for such a big punishment, but I will take it because I worship my twin flame soulmate, sir. And I love and adore and worship him. So I will take this punishment because it is necessary, sir. Again, thank you so much, sir. And I look forward to seeing you in person. And I love you, sir. And since you are a part of my twin flame soulmate, I will grow to worship you too, sir. So I will end this video now, sir. I love and adore and worship you, my wonderful twin flame soulmate. Good night, my everything. And I mean that as an all to you, sir and master.
Oh my gosh. If that is
Yeah.
her example of being scared, I am dead.
What the hell?
Real quick, gotta say it. Sorry for interrupting. This was filmed on 5/21/2015. That's the date modified.
That's what I thought.
11:45
Maybe
PM.
close to the murder when she started bringing up the taser and tape and what was it? Taser, tape, and I wrote it down. I was trying to look at my nose and the knife.
So somebody put it in the chat and it made me look. That was a diaper thing behind her.
Yeah, it was.
One of those things you hang up. Did you store diapers in?
Yeah, from the crime
Diaper
scene photos,
pail.
we've seen it there. We just haven't seen it in all the other videos.
I mean, I'd seen it behind her, but I wasn't thinking about it until somebody put it. And then I'm looking, I'm like, oh, it is one of those things you keep diapers in.
Mhm.
Didn't she have an adult diaper on in that one where she called it white underwear?
I believe so. I thought it was a diaper or at least like the covering of like pants, you know, like
Yeah.
when toddlers go to sleep and you put the plastic underwear over them. That's what it looked like to me. Yeah. Go back and look at that, guys, because it was wild. When I saw that, I was like, holy
I didn't
crap.
even notice that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
I guess go back and watch it.
I've noticed that she's in a different dress almost every video, and it triggered a memory. So I pulled up her book real quick, and she claims in her book that Dee Dee would buy her prom dresses on clearance. She mentioned it in passing while she was complaining about Dee Dee's hoarding. She was like, she would buy crap just to hoard prom dresses from JCPenney on clearance. So it sounds to me like Dee Dee was allowing her to dress up like this around the house. And that's probably part of why she doesn't feel so nervous of what if mom pulled up and I'm in all this getup.
That's a good point.
That's a great point. Okay. Yeah.
My question has been through all of these is how was she so loud? Because Millennial had said that on the very first one I did. She was talking really loud. And I'm like, How did she do these and not get busted? I don't know.
Me too. I don't get it.
When Dee Dee was out shopping.
Had to.
And it's, she's not just doing these videos for Nick. We know she's doing them on the side for Dan too. How is she getting all this free time like this? It's crazy.
Especially when she says that her mother never leaves her alone.
Right.
Yeah.
So either she's leaving her alone.
She claims that they bathed together, slept together, everything. And we're seeing her alone all the dang time. Like,
All the time.
She's definitely not the helicopter parent that she claims she is.
oh, Gypsy's on her own, cam girling it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of these. So I have watched. Did we watch? We didn't watch this one, did we? Gypsy's second attempt to calm. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
Wait,
did watch that.
We watched Gypsy.
Yeah, that was one of the early ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys keep doing your commentary, and I'm going to look at this and make sure it's fine. I took a screenshot from it earlier, but I'm just making sure that this is only a minute long.
Yeah, you guys talk amongst yourself for just a second.
Oh,
So-
you're-
The body language in that one was so weird. Like the constant doing that number and the
Pushing her boobs up.
the whole weird. All of that.
Yeah.
Cringe.
The book says, days after the holiday, our favorite time to run out to JCPenney or Dillard's to snatch up prom dresses after prom season ended.
I mean, I can see that because we have a clearance Dillard's around here, and they have some beautiful dresses, and I always think, wow, I'd like to buy some for some teenagers for proms or whatever.
You bought me a dress that's sequins and it's really pretty. And if you wanted to donate it, you could, because I gained weight and I can't fit it anymore.
Okay.
But so something else I'm noticing as I'm watching this video and the last video we watched, she doesn't have a collar on. And this is like right before the murder. And she doesn't have a collar on. This is the 4th of July. And when was Dee Dee taken?
June.
June. Yeah, so
June.
it would have
This
been
might have been
a year before.
My bad. Sorry, they were right next to each other. The thing, and that's also another thing, guys. Like completely different
They're all
dates
out of
are
order.
directly next to each other in these
Yeah.
files. So it's not that we're like trying to go out of order. It's just how they're coming up.
They did it
Yeah.
just like how they did the prison emails, just all out of order.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay, so we're gonna play this.
We didn't hear it. We just saw that there was no nudity. So.
Yeah. So
She is wearing a bathing suit, but I have more revealing clothes on my Instagram, so it is what it is.
Hello, my darling. Charming. Yes, it is your Queen Blessing, and I'm making this video, even though you didn't ask me to, nor did Master ask me to. I'm just making it for the fun of things. So, since 4th of July passed, and I wasn't able to give you any pictures, because I believe I was in the city, maybe. I don't know. No, I didn't believe so later, but, I can do pictures. So I'm gonna give you a few pictures and this video. As you can see, so I'm wearing my one-piece bathing suit. It kind of looks like the flag, so I'm very patriotic. And so since it's like August 1st, I just want to tell you, happy 4th of July. Okay. That was enough. And I hope you have a very wonderful day, my love. I love and adore you. And I'm sorry, I missed because I was excited. I love, adore, and worship you, my amazing King Charming. And I hope you enjoyed this video.
So, which character was that?
I think that was Gypsy.
I think that was Gypsy.
Yeah.
Have y'all played any of the videos where she's Bella yet?
I remember seeing a Bella video. Where was that?
Y'all know that she can jump?
What'd you say?
She can jump?
Yes. And what day was this? This was 2014. Yeah. So a year before.
So
Did I play?
do y'all think that breathless thing that she's doing is from trying to do the fake voice? You know how when you try to do a voice weird and you get breathless from it?
I think it's.
possible. Yeah.
Oh, you go ahead, girl.
Well, I was just going to say the same thing. We had talked about before you got on, but you and I had talked. Well, you and I mostly referenced it in the group chat, but
Yeah.
you go ahead. It was your idea, even though.
I was just going to say, I kind of think it's an anxiety thing. So I have anxiety. Sometimes when I get on live, like when the live first starts, I sound out of breath. I'm doing it right now because I'm addressing it. It just gives me anxiety. So I kind of sound out of breath until I get comfortable. And then you won't hear me like that. But I think that's kind of sometimes what she's doing too.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree with that.
I think that's a very good theory, and I'm kind of on that same.
I mean, it's
Same way,
either
like-
that or she actually has some serious asthma issues.
Yeah.
One of the two. It could be either, but to play.
Okay, I've got another one for you. And my son just brought me some food, so I'm going to eat while we watch this.
Yeah.
No, it's chili cheese tater tots from Sonic. I needed
That sounds so
something.
good.
Okay,
I love
here we go.
little cheese conies. They're my favorite.
Okay, here we go. This is 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Hi, my love. Last night yesterday and last night I made a big mistake, and I didn't talk it over with you, and I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to go against your wishes, I swear. You see, I got a message from Jackie's husband saying a reply message to one that I sent like 6 months ago. And he finally responded, and I wrote back and simply explaining that the whole situation had passed and I had moved on. Everything, that's my cat. Everything was fine and we got past it and everything. And then Jackie came on and she said that she talked to you and that you said that she wanted to be my friend on Facebook, and she said that you said that it would be all right as long as she didn't cause any trouble between us. And so that's why I accepted her friend request. And I wanted to talk it over with you. I really, really did. But I do know you weren't online, and I know why. I completely understand. But please, please understand me when I say I am so sorry. I didn't mean to go against your wishes. She said that you would be okay with it. And she said that you said that you were okay with it. And I went on her word. And I thought, I don't know what I thought. I'm sorry. Please, it kills me to see you mad. I've been crying all day long. I've been going out of my freaking mind. And I'm just sorry. I didn't think. And you have to understand that I have the mind of a 13-year-old. I'm bound to make mistakes. But please, you know I would never want to do anything wrong. You know I hate to disappoint you. And things were going so good. I was happy. I promise to don't give up on me. Please, my love, I promise that I'll get better at this, and I'll be honest, and I'll talk things over with you. I'll listen. Just please, don't leave me. Please. I'm gonna get it right. I know that we have fights sometimes. I know I'm not perfect, but I'll try to be. I'll listen and I'll obey, and I'll just start paying more attention. Please don't leave me. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'll do anything you want, anything at all. I'd be anything, do anything for you. You know that. You know how much I love and adore you. And the reason why I'm so insecure sometimes is because I don't want to lose you. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I don't want to lose you. Just please forgive me. Let's make things right, and we can go back to being happy. I swear, I won't fuck up anymore. I promise. I'll be good. I'll be good to you. Please, I love and adore you so much.
Okay, I'm eating. Sorry.
So what I got out of that was the mind of a 13-year-old. What is the date on this?
Yep.
Right?
It says allegedly 9/27/2013 at 6:10 p.m. There were other videos that were on 9/27. I know because I was like, oh, that's the day before my birthday. And then someone was like, don't talk about yourself. Anyway, but yeah, so I know that she made other videos that night. I can't recall which ones they were.
I can't remember either.
But I know for a fact because I made that mental note.
Mhm.
Am I remembering right that Jackie is Nick's ex-girlfriend? So she texted Nick's ex-girlfriend's husband?
That's crazy.
I would never text my boyfriend's
It
ex.
sounds like all of her current drama.
I didn't realize that it was Nick's ex's husband.
Yeah.
I thought it was some random dude that she was messaging and the wife got her.
Nope.
Yeah, originally I thought that too until I started seeing a couple of things about Jackie come out and then some of the files that I've seen in here. Yeah,
That's
it was his
crazy.
ex-girlfriend.
That's insanity, man.
And every crying apology video is so reminiscent of, it's exactly like the Ryan crying apology video.
Yep.
And you know what comes to my mind while we were listening to that? I thought about her saying that Dee Dee has said she's not mature enough to date and she can't date until she's mature enough. Well, one of the first things that she did after Dee Dee's murder, whenever she got to county jail, and we know this from Gypsy's prison emails, she wrote about it, is she had consensual sex with a cellmate and then turned around and accused her of rape and got her thrown in the hole.
Yep. And it affected the girl's release date and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If anything, she should have been held accountable by the parole board on that.
I agree. That's crazy. She made that claim and then turned around and admitted that it was a false claim and they did nothing.
Yep.
Missouri, y'all.
Well, like I've said, hopefully one day I'll be able to have the former representative who was actually in charge of the parole board for a long time on here. He's just been very shy about things, but some things are moving in the background with my cousin's case that maybe he'll be more forthright on talking about some things.
Oh, yeah.
So do you guys, we're going to watch, go up to that From the Hurt Inside part 2 at the top. It's Nicholas. Second row. There.
This one. And this one's okay?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. I know it sounds like I'm being overly cautious, but
we've been surprised several times because we thought we've seen everything and then we may have averted our eyes or whatever for whatever length of time and something pops up and we're like,
I don't wish that on y'all, and they don't deserve to have this shown, no matter who they are.
Yeah.
No,
Agreed.
it's not a defense of either one of them or their actions. It's just our bodies are our bodies, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Somebody commented, wait, Gypsy had X with a girl? Yes, she did.
I mean, if you live in prison for 8 years, 9 years, was she in there?
Oh, yeah. You go bump some uglies.
I'd say the majority of people will just kind of do that.
Yeah, they get bored.
Well, and they call it, the jail talk is they call it gay for this day.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to play it.
Did mention I can possibly make
2 or 3 videos. I wasn't able to make one on Saturday because I got way too busy with my brother. But anyway, it's 11:50 right now. I'm just waking up from being late enough. Yeah, I'm eating freaking breakfast right now. I don't know why I'm trying to doesn't bother me. Which I see as a part of my future. Anyway, I tried to explain. I might make my third video I was talking about. I might make that maybe later tonight in the evening. But one thing I realized, and it bothers me, and I totally predicted that it would keep on happening when it comes to you, and it scares me the fact that it does keep on happening. One of the times you're gonna push me way too hard, and you keep yapping about something that actually you want me to do, next thing you know, it actually happens. Shit hard. I tell you the difference between a pure selfless person and the difference between a pure selfless person versus a pure selfless person but committed. A pure selfless person wants the best for someone, so much so to where even if it doesn't involve them. A pure selfless person that's committed, on the other hand, the only time they're willing to give up that person pretty much. I'm trying to think of how to explain this for the committed one because it's a little more complicated. I'm about to keep eating while I think. Yeah, dear, I'm trying to get all my vitamins and nutrients in me. Being total. Yeah. Freaking store next to me, down the street. They're at least half the price for a box of this compared to other stores. You're paying almost $4 at other stores, but this one I only paid $1.79. Since it was on sale. Not to mention I'm getting all I need in the system, so it's a win-win for me. But back to the task at hand. Pure selfless person but is committed is someone who is willing to sacrifice themselves if it means to keep that person either safe or alive, but won't necessarily sacrifice themselves, take themselves out of the picture if they realize the person they're with doesn't want to lose them. And by you saying the whole bull crap about getting another woman and all the rest of that bullshit, by you saying this stuff, sweetheart, you're not being the pure selfless person that I was looking for. You're being the pure selfless person that is just that way, but not the committed part. You're showing not the commitment that I would want. So I'd explain what the difference between them are. Which I thought about how I could explain the second one, which is more complicated. Like I said, the person is willing to sacrifice themselves to keep that person safe, or sacrifice themselves to keep them alive, either or. Yes, I might as well add a little bit to it. Yes, they are willing to do whatever it takes to make them smile, even if it's something they don't want to do. They're still willing to do it. It goes further than rape. You mentioned rape before. That is selfless. I mean, you said before about that, but it goes even further than that. I mean, a true pure selfless person that is committed is so deep that way in the committed form of it that they're willing even to live a life with that person that they're with that originally they wouldn't want to live. That's how deep it goes. That's when you know it's pure selflessness. Just seeing a smile on their face, or hearing them laugh, or if it's tears, it's only good ones, tears of joy, or seeing them blush, or seeing them excited. Just a good number of emotions that they express to you. They'll do whatever it takes, do anything really, to make those emotions be expressed by the person that they're committed to, while staying that pure selflessness that they are. So yes, the reason why I can explain it so well, because you remember, honey, I have that trait naturally. Naturally, it's really weird. I can be selfless, but yet I can be stubborn. We both have that in common. The only difference is I naturally, when I was born, had it pretty much to where I almost understood the pure nature of it almost right away. That's the reason I'm naturally that way. You had to first bring it out and then let it grow. That's the difference between it being natural and it being in you, but not necessarily truly natural. Truly natural is when you first start from birth on. And I pretty much, some of the stuff I used to say when I was younger would blow my mom on me. Yeah, my mom's mind away. Some of the selfless things I used to say. But that's sadly already. But yeah, dear. The thing I don't like that I see you keep doing in circles is adultfulness. I remember, what was it? It was the 5th time in a row. It was like, baby, I'm done being doubtful. I'm done being doubtful. Don't worry, you'll never have to hear from me again. And then, Freaking Friday, where are we? 6th time you do it. Yeah, I've been counting them, honey. It's the 6th time of that. Now you see how much of a problem it's becoming for you to keep doing that. And I am only telling you the truth. I don't mean to want to hurt your feelings or anything. That's the thing. As they say, the truth can be hurtful. And that's the reason why I said what I said in the first video, because it's true. If you keep pushing me away, you're going to make it happen. Even though I know that you probably try to push me away and make me want to pull you closer. But the thing is, you make it seem like you're not interested in being with me. No wonder the reaction I give you is what I give you. It's obvious. It's obvious that you're making it seem that way. You're making it seem like, no, I don't want to be with him. That's the reason why the doubtfulness doesn't fit in our relationship. It just doesn't fit. Because we're used to blissful feelings all the time. That's how I know it doesn't fit in our relationship. And besides, didn't I just mention about all those things a pure selfless person that's committed would make sure they see? All those different feelings I mentioned. And obviously, it's not just that person's happiness is above theirs. It's their own content. Yes, them being content is above their own too. For their content, they're making sure their significant other is. Which is the deepest possible form of happiness it could be. I'm trying to multitask here, kind of. Usually I would not talk about the food in my mouth because I know it's bad manners. But like I said, I'm trying to multitask. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. Otherwise, when you see me in person, I'm not going to be doing it. Even though I show day to day that I'm able to multitask. It's a natural ability of mine. But it's not supposed to be natural for tourists, if you didn't know that. One that's like a sister to me, Allie, she has trouble doing it. She has trouble multitasking. I can stay on topic with somebody while I'm doing 2 or 3 other things just fine. And I won't forget to answer that person. Which, like I said, I have a lot of traits about myself that are natural, that make me a rare gem. Probably the most beautiful, masculine freaking gem possible. I don't know how else to explain it. But when I see you, I obviously see the most gorgeous freaking femininity gem possible. It's what I see when I think of you. And that's the reason why you hurt me when you did say what you said about the whole wife thing. Getting another one, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm going to tell you a secret that I had in the past. This was even before I even met you. I wasn't sure if I was ever going to ever really find true love before I even met you. That's the reason why I say a secret from everybody. Even my spiritual brother doesn't know. Oh, wait, does he? Wait. Yeah, he does know. I showed him one time and that was it. I was actually going to go to a site that has trained the BDMS type of slaves that you can pretty much buy. Pretty much. You can buy. And I was going to have one of them as my own soulmate. Because I was so hopeless that I was ever going to find my real one. But I got that way. I couldn't wait anymore, so I was ready to make that big move. But you came in my life. Obviously, the Lord and both of us made sure you got in my life before I got that to that point. Because obviously you didn't want me to see me do it. I'll tell you the name of the site maybe when I'm in person. Because I want to see your physical reaction when I mention it. But I did release most of the secret. But since you're here, I have no reason to do it. And if you wanted my opinion of what I would do, if you kept pushing me, you want my opinion? If you pushing me to find another quote-unquote wife, I'm going to go to that site and I'm actually going to do it. Because, like I said, doubtfulness, there's no room for it in my relationship with you. There's no room for it. It's time you stop doing that permanently. One of the times you're going to push me away too freaking hard and you're going to be sobbing because of it. You're not going to be crying. You're not going to be shedding tears. You're going to be sobbing. You're going to be the worst form of crying. And you won't feel anything inside you. But how heartbroken you feel. You gotta understand, honey. I've already told you, my soul does not come around it. My soul might be somewhat binded to you enough in the spell, but there's something special about my soul. Since mine is human blood, spells and crap like that the soul involved, spells that's soul involved. My soul is unique. You know why, honey? I can break away from spells that are soul involved. If someone casted my soul into some horrible freaking plane or something, I'd be able to break through the spell. Next thing I know, I'll be back in reality. My soul is special. Most human souls around here can't do that. Only mine and my spiritual brother's, you know, his name Ricky. His is a minor soul too, but his is more complicated than just mine. He has multiple different things about him. Yeah, he's a complicated one, complicated soul. But that's part of his bloodline. And him being my biggest spiritual brother, the oldest brother out of all my spiritual brothers, the sister that I had from my very first lifetime. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm only telling you the truth. I'm trying to make sure you realize something. My soul, not only unique, it does adore you. If it didn't adore you, I would not have put up as much as I have. Think about that there. I would not have put up as much as I have. Since I have put up as much as I have, I obviously adore you. And I said I worship you. It's true, I do worship you. I wouldn't have let you hurt me nearly as many times as you have. I'd have maybe given you maybe 3 chances at the most. You're up to maybe the 8th or 9th, maybe even 10th. You're hurting me a lot of times. And yet, I'm still being faithful to you, right? It's because I do adore you, I do worship you. Those aren't just words. It's the reason why I show unconditional love. But as soon as you pass that boundary of adoring somebody, as soon as you get to where you adore them, the only stuff that's really left is worship, pretty much. And I already hit worship, so you wouldn't have to worry about me leaving unless you keep pushing me away. That's the only way. So I hope I got that through your beautiful brain again. Don't push me away. You'll be fine. Push me away meaning in an unfair way. Push me away that way. You can push me away so you're not trying to make it seem like you don't want to be around me. Push me away where you want me to pull closer, which means you wouldn't bring any other soul up. No, what do you know work? Some bullshit like that. That's bringing another soul up. Even if it was metaphorically speaking. Alright, honey, it's almost 20 minutes. I made sure this one was long by as much as I had to explain. Obviously, I'm going to get done eating, and then in the evening, I'll make it a third one. I know I had told you I was going to make a video with the song. I might have to put the song on the laptop for you to hear the song, like last time. I'm going to see how it sounds between when it comes to, you know, if I actually play the song on the laptop and try to record it on the webcam, I'm going to see how it sounds. If it's possible or not. If it isn't, we'll know. Because you'll hear the song as an MP3 form instead. But either way, you'll get to see me sing that one song I pretty much told you I was excited to sing. A song called Distant Melody. You'll probably cheer your spirit up. I'm just waiting until the right day to do it though. Obviously, I'm doing this video, the one before this one, and the next one. And then After I see how you react to all 3 of these videos, I'm probably gonna maybe jump to that one and actually get a chance to do it. Alright, honey, that's 20 minutes. I'm gonna say this and then, remember, honey, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm only being truthful. See, the thing is, I'm being the purest form of truthfulness as possible. I'm telling you even stuff that might make you have fears, but at least you know the truth. Wait, I already explained to you why I stay. Alright, dear, time to do it now. I love and adore you, sweetheart. And good night, my blessing queen. And let this be just you learning something I wish you would have knew a long time ago, as a learning experience of what you should have realized a long time ago. I'm gonna give me a kiss, and then that's it for this video.
Okay, y'all. Does anyone have any immediate thoughts after that?
I do.
Okay.
I
Break it
noticed
down
where,
for us.
She's like, let me get out my notes.
so where he kept saying, I worship you, I worship you, I worship you. The other day, was it not him that we heard say, whenever you worship somebody, you take the fall for them?
Yes, he did say that.
And then what in the PG-13 Victor was that? Like,
Well, he expressed a dark desire, was saying he'd been thinking about trying to find a slave to buy chained up. It sounds like something he probably ran across on some forum somewhere, saying this is something you can do on the dark web, and obsessed about it. But he couldn't buy a bus ticket without Gypsy managing it. I don't think he was ever going to be capable of purchasing
Yeah.
it.
well, and he called it BDMS. I took a note of that. He does not call it BDSM.
He did.
Did.
He did.
I have such a hard time understanding him.
I have to
Yeah.
be real. A lot of times I really want to give Nick my full attention, but sometimes my mind will veer off a little bit. I'll be like, oh, I just missed a few words.
I'm just gonna be straight up honest. I zone out completely, and
My ADD kicks in, and I'm like all over the place. So
You mean you're not feeling the stone seraphs of the castle and seeing the guard, whatever,
I
flying
did.
around?
Oh,
You
you're
can
talking
tell
about how
that.
he said that he's such a beautiful writer and how just everything he says.
Yeah, let's not forget, Gypsy said in her book published just last year, he could be a best-selling author and sell millions of copies with his storytelling.
but I want you guys to go look up NPG's videos where they chronicle Gypsy storytelling, and then come back and talk to us about it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's wild, in depth, very, very detailed.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know none of us on panel intend to like say anything negative about Nick by saying that. It's just we're just being honest. It's a little hard to pick up on some of it. So we are very interested to hear people's commentary after this video comes out, and see what you guys got out of it. But does anybody have any more notes or any more thoughts on this video? Yes,
I
Melanie.
do. Did y'all notice that his
Sorry.
did y'all notice his big threat? You know, if she kept pushing him and telling him to get another wife, it sounds like what she does with every dude. She starts, I don't know, getting bored or something and telling them that they need to find someone else because she wants attention, I guess. But his big threat, if she kept doing that, was that he would.
Yeah, and that's something that I noticed is that it seems like she almost has these freakouts in order to produce the drama and to produce the emotion that she's looking for.
Like current day.
I
So-
agree.
Go ahead, Ashley.
I agree. I was gonna
Everybody's
say,
muted now all of a
Oh.
sudden. Oh,
I messed
Sorry.
up.
sorry.
Sorry. Did you hear what she said? I messed up. I was trying to look through something and I think I actually muted
You did.
everybody. Oopsie
Uh,
I was just saying I agree with millennial. I lost my train of thought, girl. You know I be smoking. I lost it just that fast. Damn.
Hey, girl, all of us.
It's
all of
all
us.
good.
What I was gonna say is I noticed too that he's given her like a big lesson on how to be selfless. So
Mhm.
I'm curious if she was doing something at that time that he thought was very selfish.
Well, I'm sure she was because it seemed like they were going back and forth constantly in their text messages and stuff. I mean, it seemed like, well, and even in these videos, she's constantly responding like the world is ending and she's done something terrible. And when we hear Nick, he's just like matter of factly talking to her, like, hey, maybe you should be a better person.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, and in that one video where she was like sobbing and stuff, like I pointed out at the end, Victor wasn't being Gypsy's master anymore. Only Nick, and Demona was only with like the two physical of them. Nobody was breaking up. There was
Yeah.
nothing actually happening other than
Yeah.
magic drama.
But she was taking that and maximizing it to its greatest potential.
Are we
Yeah.
surprised?
No, we're not.
No.
But yeah, that's the one thing that I have noticed over and over and over again in everything that I have collected so far is that Gypsy has a freak out. Oh my gosh, and then is so sad and so sorry for what she did, and then she goes right back repeating over and over and over again.
Remember, I think it was maybe the day before the murder. If I'm incorrect, forgive me, everyone. But in their text, Nick said, "Will there be less freakouts in person?"
He did. And
did say
you
that.
know, and I have confirmation from the prison in Chillicothe where she literally was having freakouts where she was taking like toenail clippers or whatever she could find and going into the shower and clipping her hair because she had a freak out over Ken or another guy.
And she's
Oh.
admitted to that too about taking clippers to her hair. You know, she
Yeah.
blames the short haircut on Dee Dee, but no, I think she's always had a thing with that hair and she wanted it short. You know, she cuts it off because that's how she wants it.
I agree.
Like,
You know, the original haircut she did when she was in prison, and she now says that was because of the breakup with Ken. She told me it was over fancy. So who
Well,
knows at this point?
anything to do with fancy is enough to drive anybody mad. But moving on from that, poll tonight.
No. So
anyway.
this is an interesting one, and I think we're going to finish it with this one for tonight.
Did you watch this video?
I believe I have.
I didn't. I just scrolled through to try and make sure there was no nudity, although there is a bit of an outfit change, but I genuinely don't think there's nudity. Towards the end, we will have our finger on the button just in case we need to censor anything.
Yes. So you got to share it before you start it.
You are absolutely correct. Oopsie daisy. Try my best here, y'all. And thank you everybody for showing up tonight. We really appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
Both our audience and our panelists. You guys are also so awesome. And Mrs. Fancy Pants, I know you're deviating from your old brand, but I thought that was a funny comment. Anyway, okay.
Hi, my love. I wanted to show you something special, something that I haven't shown you before. Mainly because I was scared to and I didn't really know how to. So, anyway, this is what I want to show you.
Oh, wait. Remove it just for a second. Nope. Okay. We're good. Sorry. I checked, but...
But I don't think it's the dress that you're probably excited about right now. Finally nice to show you after all this time. I'm sorry to keep it a secret from you for so long, but it's not just you that I'm keeping it a secret from. It's sort of like everybody who knows me. I don't even know how I got started. when I was 6 years old. I went into the hospital for like 6 months, and the doctors told me that I had a seizure in surgery, and I wouldn't be able to walk, that I was paralyzed permanently. And that part, like the part that I had a seizure, was true. In surgery, I had the seizure and I was paralyzed. But what they didn't know is that it was temporary paralysis and not permanent. And by the time I started to get my feeling back in my legs, and I hadn't tried to walk then, but I was too young and I just kept to myself. And throughout the years, I tried to tell my mom a few times, and I guess I was just afraid of her not loving me as much as she does if I couldn't walk. You know, I didn't want to make her sad or lose any love from her. I guess that's the reason why I kept it a secret from her. And so I just kept to myself for a long time until 2011, whenever I sort of started rebelling as a teenager and ran away from home. Literally ran away from home, stumbled. Before I ran away, I started trying to walk as much as I could. And I just got enough strength to be able to leave home. Unfortunately, it was to the wrong person. And so Mom's kind of in denial in a way. I don't really know, because I guess it would be too hard to explain to all our friends and everything. And one thing I never want to go is like a liar. And believe me, I would like for people to know the truth, but being as it is, I would lose a lot of friends, I think. And I just don't want anybody to hate me, and they would. And so you're the only person that knows besides me and that one other guy, which he's not in my life anymore. So, and we're not even friends anymore. So he doesn't. So right now you're the only person that knows. It feels great. It feels really, really nice to just have somebody that accepts me, and you accepted me even when you thought that I was in a wheelchair. And living my life in a wheelchair, I have to tell everybody that I am. And anyway, it's difficult, but it's freeing and wonderful just to you can accept me, and that's really all I care about, is what you see and how you see me and how you feel about me. So I apologize so much for taking so long to tell you. I didn't know how to. So I'm so sorry. And I promise you I have no other secrets. I think I've told you everything about myself. And that's the truth, because you know everything about me. You know me physically, emotionally, every which way. So now we can just sort of start fresh on a new page with absolutely no secrets between us. I know you've always been completely honest with me, which I very much appreciate that. It just took me some time to get out a few secrets that were very big skeletons in my closet. So thank you so much for always loving me and adoring me and worshiping me. And I just want you to know that I love and adore and worship you too, my dearest King Charlie. Hello, my dear sweet slave. Yes, it is your mistress, Demona. I expect you to be bowing before me now. Good boy. I just wanted to introduce myself properly to you. See, now things have changed. See, I am your dominant, And as your mistress, I, of course, will treat you with respect as my slave. I will treat you fairly. I won't treat you badly like some mistresses would. I want this to be a team effort. You and I will be a team. It's not one-sided. So I just wanted to get that perfectly straight. Now, for certain things I must address in this video, I want to let you know that whenever it comes to punishing you, I don't enjoy it. But it must be done. Whenever it comes to rewarding you, that I will enjoy, which I'm sure you will too. When it comes to rewarding, I will reward you with sex, blowjobs, hand jobs, or kisses, or other forms of reward that I see fit. If you displease me, well, you just shouldn't. Because I warn you, I have certain ways of punishing men. And if you do not do as I ask, if you disobey me in any way, or displease me in any way, I will use the one card that I have over you. Gypsy. I have the power to take away your time with her. So if I say that you are punished a week without talking to her, it's final. Unless Master overrules me, because he's the only one that can. You are to accept your punishment, and then after that, I will allow you to talk to Gypsy again. But you must serve your punishment as I see fit. And with rewards, of course, I won't always be harsh on you. I do have an affectionate side, and I will show that to you when you deserve it. When you do deserve it, I will reward you by kissing you, hugging you, and touching you wherever I see fit to touch you. As for me, you cannot touch me unless you have my permission, which you already know this. Of course, as being the seductive me that I am, I like being touched. So, for commands, if I command you to give me oral sex or any sort of sex that I want, you have to do it. If not, you will be displeasing me. And you already know my terms for that. So, anyway, I wanted to get that out of the way and clear. I hope you will make me proud of you. You have been a very compliant and sweet slave so far. But that doesn't mean that you won't mess up. So when you do, I will judge that fairly. So anyway, I will end this video now. I love and adore you, my sweet slave. Keep on doing a good job like you're doing. You have pleased me for the past couple of days, and I just hope you will continue to please me. Good night, my sweet slave.
Holy shit. That is the
Oh.
most important video I feel like we've ever played, and we played that on accident, guys.
I thought it was another video. I thought it was another one.
All I'm going to
Yeah, I'm
say
so
is
glad
I
you
accept
did.
apologies in the way of edible arrangements.
or just edibles, y'all. Sorry, I don't
Yeah.
know you and me.
Sorry,
Oh,
go ahead, Ashley. I interrupted you.
Oh, I wasn't saying anything. I was saying, yeah.
Ooh, Brandy, I am the most interested in your perception of those two.
I wrote out a question. I wrote out a good question here, and they're going to be watching. So Bree, hey, listen up, honey. Y'all make sure y'all play this when you do a replay. Gypsy, so wait, let me ask you, honey. Were you lying to Nick, or how did I word this? Were you lying to Nick, or did your mom force you to stay in the wheelchair? And if he was your savior, then why not tell him your mom was forcing you to be in the wheelchair? Why give him the "I'm paralyzed and had to lie to my mom" excuse?
Right.
Which lie are we going with? on this.
She had to tell him that to set up the storyline that she was being abused.
But she didn't.
My mom forces me to be in the
She
show,
didn't.
abusing me.
No, she said, I'm doing this because I'm going to lose my
that's
mom's
right.
love
Yeah,
and my
He
friend's
did it.
love.
Yeah.
Not telling her because her mom might not love her.
Yeah, and what that sounded like to me, at least personally, was I like the attention. I like the extra privileges that I get.
Mhm.
And I cannot take losing all of those things by telling people that I can walk. So I'm just going to continue to play the victim. And I'm going to let my mom believe whatever. And so that right there, guys, I would love to see how the other side spins it, because they will.
It was
But-
taken out of context. Now, come on. You know, it was taken out of context, Laura.
You have to watch 700
sarcastic, I'm being
other
sarcastic.
videos, and we're going to personally pay for all the stuff to be released, because obviously Amber is biased. And this lady, I saw a video where they're like, this lady right here. And I'm like, are you talking about this sweet woman right here?
Right,
She's the nicest person I freaking know. She's always trying to help people. Good Lord.
Laura, you just
Insult
don't understand. You're so weird.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love you. But
I love you
anyway,
too.
that's
And
beside
don't
the
come
point.
after my daughter either. Quit being rude.
Well, do what you want. It's a free country.
Yeah.
Or, well, I mean, this is worldwide.
And actually, it's kind of funny, a lot of the things that we see, you know, in here. But anyway,
I saw a lot of comments in my.
yeah, let's not go there. Okay, so Millennial, what did you want to say? Were you were going to say something? I thought.
I found that really legit upsetting.
Yeah.
And
No kidding.
I've never said justice for Dee Dee, but justice for Dee Dee.
Oh,
It's messed up. It's messed up. You know, it's one thing to read these things in the descriptions that you get from the jail or whatever. It is a whole nother to see the videos of her standing there with her whole chest admitting that she has been lying since the age of 6
yeah.
and telling her mother she cannot walk. She says her mother forced her in that wheelchair. No, she's in that wheelchair because she told people she couldn't walk. Just like that muscle biopsy, she got it because she was telling people she couldn't feel her legs.
And not only that, she had taken Dee Dee so deep into that fucking lie. And she says herself, what was her mom going to do at that point? She was in denial. How does Dee Dee explain to people, I've been living with this kid for all these years, and she fooled me. I wasn't lying to y'all. I was being lied to. People wouldn't believe her. So I absolutely can see Dee Dee's side, and I can see why Millennial's so upset is because Dee Dee couldn't win either way.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
And didn't Rod and Christy say in one of the calls that y'all shared, didn't Christy say, well, I know she has epilepsy or something like that, or
Rod did.
Yep.
she had a seizure?
Mm-hmm.
He talks about her having an epileptic fit.
He did. But there was nothing wrong with Gypsy.
She's unscathed.
Yeah.
Her pawpaw in her documentary talked about how they'd have to wake her up because the monitor would start beeping because she would stop breathing.
You said you'd wake her up and it would go off because she'd start breathing again.
Yep.
Mhm. You
But
know,
no, she wasn't sick.
I'm really glad that we played that video of Cape Cod before we watched this video.
No
Me
kidding.
too. That
was-
video is important. It really
That-
humanized Dee Dee.
Yeah, I'm going to totally agree with you, Ashley. That was like the first video that really humanized her. Not that I didn't see, because I try to see nuance, whether you guys see it in me or not. I try to see sides, and it's just because like we all act differently and react differently to
Mhm.
things that happen in our lives.
Yeah.
But that Cape Cod video showed her as a human. She liked to laugh and dance and
Joe.
drink sugary drinks, and she was a person, and she might have been a fun person to be around. And
And in this, we
Wrote in her book.
focus so much on Gypsy and her bullshit that we forget that Dee Dee was a human.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I mean, I have my own issues with her on a lot of things, but she was still a human. She didn't deserve what happened in the end, period. No matter what I think personally on some things, she did not deserve that. And we forget that she's that happy, silly self dancing in the hallway video that we saw. That I love that y'all shared that because it did, I think, help people see the person that was lost in all of this.
I agree. I mean, we can all say, of course, there was some weird, messed up stuff going on in that house. The dynamic is weird. But at the end of the day, Dee Dee was a person. And what we're seeing here is there was no justification in any way, shape, or form for Gypsy or Nick to have wanted to take her life. It was all about being selfish and immature and just a terrible sexual deviant.
And we're seeing the dynamic that Gypsy created.
She couldn't take the shame of her lies, partly to Dee Dee.
Mm-hmm. And then the ripple effect with Stephanie Goldhammer passing away as well. And who knows how Nick's little brother is doing. I mean, the ripple effect is going to be there for years. And Nancy talks about that on her show, the toll of what happens,
And by the way, Nancy, who has been in all of the other videos that we've done, she is a real life reporter in Springfield. And she was there the day that all of the stuff came out. She was there in the press room.
And asking questions to the sheriff.
She is somebody who is legit, someone who is honest, and somebody who is really just seeking the truth. So I would implore you guys to check out the Toll podcast. And I would implore you guys to check out every single person that's on this panel, because they are all such genuine people. From every experience that I've had with you guys, I really appreciate you guys, because
we appreciate y'all too.
I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but the Gypverse lacks a lot of nuance. It lacks a lot of honesty and genuine people. And a lot of the people that are propped up are interesting. They're interesting. So I really appreciate you guys being honest and being vulnerable.
And I like the fact that we can see not just black and white, but we can also see the gray as well, because most people live in the gray areas in our life. Hardly anything is ever black and white. So I definitely appreciate all of you ladies. And does anybody want to say anything else before we say goodnight?
I just want to say thank you for having us up and always giving us an environment that isn't hostile. There's no yelling, calling names. It's never hostile, and I love that.
Thank you.
Yes, I agree.
It is very refreshing to be able to get on panel and maybe not always agree, but to be able to be open to each other's opinions and have a smile on our face in the end, and it's just enjoy what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we're not always going to agree on stuff, and that's freaking human nature. Okay. That's fine. But at the end of the day, nobody knows what happened in that house. There are two people, and one of them is not here to speak, and one of them is questionable, to say the very least. Okay. So I'm sure that there's a lot of good and a lot of bad that happened. And that's with every relationship, every mother-daughter relationship, or etc. is going to be like that.
By the way, she is my daughter, just in case everybody doesn't
sisters. Know. I came out of her. Okay. So anyway.
Too much.
Anyway.
A whole 9 pounds, 15 ounces.
Yes. I'm trying.
Damn.
Did you have an epidural?
No, I didn't, because I broke my back, so I couldn't have an epidural.
Y'all, 9 pounds, 15 ounces, and she didn't even have an epidural.
Yeah,
I would have aborted.
That's what y'all come here for. And if you didn't, then wait for somebody else's commentary. Okay.
Yes.
We all love each other, and we all understand that there is gray area in life. And you know what? I personally am guilty of sometimes, going real hard on something. And nothing to but just in general. Okay. I am a very passionate person, and sometimes that's great. And sometimes that's to my detriment. Okay. But I have a lot of love in my heart for people, and I try to be understanding of all situations. So sometimes people think that I'm being way too easy on Gypsy, and some people think I'm being too hard on Gypsy. We're all
just more neutral.
We're all humans, but from what I've understood from all these videos, and no, we're not picking and choosing, Brie. Okay,
We're not.
But the videos that we're seeing that are all out of order, and not all the videos that they send, and also a lot of their communications were via phone call, which you'll never get. Okay. So there's no way to possibly paint a whole picture. But
we do have messages on different platforms and stuff like that, and we'll bring it all out. But please just bear with us until we get through the videos that we can show you, and then we'll start releasing all of the documents, and I'll have some people help me with that. It's not going to be very long before that happens, but we still got quite a few to go
We
through.
were trying to get through the videos first. The text messages and other documents won't be as scary to go through. We just, again, it's not appropriate for us to share certain things. And we appreciate everyone who's very understanding of that. And we all have different upbringings. We have different experiences in life. We're going to see things differently, and that's okay. But the only way to figure stuff out is to try and have productive conversations.
Yeah.
So,
and I see a video that the next time we come together, it's called Your Master Victor's Commands and Sexual Instructions.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to watch that tonight or tomorrow. And then depending on what it looks like, we may just throw up an overlay and let you listen to it. I'm not sure yet. It really all depends. So,
and it'll probably be on Thursday, probably because you're busy and then you have church tomorrow, and then I have other stuff to do.
It will have to be Thursday, unfortunately, guys, because I have actually 3 appointments plus an interview to do.
I just have things that aren't as important, but I made plans.
Okay. So anybody else before we leave, guys?
I think Millennial was trying to say something.
Yes. So
Yes.
sorry.
Just for Dee Dee.
Yes. Thank you.
Y'all, her saying that means a lot.
Yeah, because her and her family, well, her family and her friends were taken advantage of, and or at least what we feel like was taken advantage of. But at this point, we don't know what's going on.
I mean,
yeah,
to
I know.
an extent it was.
Yeah.
But we all have flaws, and I'm not making a statement one way or the other, but the shit she did that I've heard of does not warrant what her ultimate end was whatsoever, not even close. So.
Okay, so we're going to close that out and say justice for Dee Dee. And
we'll let everybody go, but I want to make sure that after we let everybody go, we go over some of the super chats, just because that's the respectful and loving thing to do, because we respect you guys and we so appreciate you guys. So anything else from anybody else on the panel before we go?
No, thank you for having us and just always being appreciative.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Make sure that you follow Ashley Baby, 1980 Millennial Commentates, Audacious Audrey, and Brandy in the Dragon's Den. And the Ashley and Audrey are more active on TikTok, but they're very easy to look up. If you just look up Ashley Baby Gypsy Rose or Audrey Gypsy Rose, you'll figure it out. So thank you, ladies, so much for popping on.
Yes, thank you.
Have a great night.
Have a blessed
night.
Bye. Okay, so thank you for sticking with us, guys. We're just gonna read these out real quick, and
we're gonna read out what we can.
Yeah.
I see that there's a bunch, but I'm seeing like the first one being the one that just came up, or maybe it's just the first one that pops up because it's the most. But
wow, I didn't notice that.
Claire,
100 pounds. Wow, thank you.
Thank you so much. And again, if anyone's watching this, we don't ask for anything. We do appreciate it so much, especially because this might get demonetized. But even so, we're totally fine. You were not required to send us anything, so we very much appreciate it.
And I do want everybody to know that the leftover money from the FOIAs that we have, I still have a few that I'm working on in different states and things like that. But whatever's left over, half will be donated to Military Broadcast Radio, and the other half will be donated to the Jelani Day Foundation.
Yes. And if you don't know anything about Jelani Day,
it's a big story, and we don't have enough time to get
We don't have enough time. But you know what? If you don't want to, well, we did an interview with his mom, although it was a little messed up because we were having internet issues. But also Kendall Ray has a video on them.
Yeah.
So if she's a really easy channel to watch if that's something you're interested in. But thank you so much, Claire Power.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Mozzie, AJ, y'all great. Thank you for the truth on all counts.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. 1980 Millennial, you rockstar. And that is so true, guys. Millennial is on so many of our streams. We've joked so many times that she's like an honorary third member of the podcast. Okay? She's the coolest person ever. Not that the other people on panel aren't, but we've spent a lot of time with Millennial.
I've even met her in person.
Well, I
forgot you went to Graham.
You met her twice, and I met her once. But regardless, we spent a significant amount of time with her. she's great and she breaks down things and she's sweet and she's compassionate. And she is someone that lived in Springfield at the time, or Aurora at the time that Dee Dee and Gypsy did. So she has a lot of connections to all of that. So please, 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 if you get one thing out of this other than justice for Dee Dee, apparently. I mean, we've all shifted our perspectives within
It's
the last
constantly changing because new information's always coming out. But yeah,
please follow her. Okay. So
wonder if she had this talk with Ken and Ryan. Yeah, Mrs.
I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, Mrs. High. I think that's quite a possibility. Billy Knox, thank you for joining us. It is so different seeing this, not the transcript. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
because there's it's a night and day difference.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again.
Thank you guys.
Jip the cherry lover.
Also, real quick, I love your Chapel Roan profile picture. Chapel Roan for life. I have a picture of her dressed up as Statue of Liberty. It used to be actually back here on the shelf somewhere, but I put it up in my room. Oh, also I have her on my thing.
Wait, Gyps had sex with a girl. Yes.
Chapel Roan era. yes. And in Springfield. But yeah.
She I believe it was in prison. I don't think it was in jail. I believe it was in prison, and she did, and then she said that the girl raped her, and the girl had to go to solitary confinement, and a bunch of other things happened. So,
and that was just one instance. Who knows what else happened?
Yeah. Diaper thing was in the pregnancy pills video too. Okay.
Did you put up the other one?
Oh no, I didn't.
There we go.
Okay, typical abuser behavior, cause mayhem, beg for forgiveness, repeat times 99. Yeah. I mean, everything we're seeing her, it's like she's constantly repeating, don't leave me, I'm sorry, I'll do better.
And I want to make it very clear, I started out very pro Gypsy. So
I started out just like, what the heck is going on? Because I didn't know what was going on.
I've known about it since about 2018.
Yeah. Curly, she did ruin a lot of foods for a lot of people.
Was a weird one. I understand the whipped cream, but ketchup was an odd one.
Yeah. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you so much, Mary.
Let's see. I don't think Dee Dee taught Gypsy to steal because Gypsy said her mom would be on another aisle when she stole the knives. Stealing is something Gypsy's done on her own. That's possible because, I mean, the way that she told us how to steal was very interesting.
Yes. I could go either way on it, but I will say I wouldn't be surprised if she obviously stole the knife in particular away from her mother.
Yeah. So she says, Jules has a great suggestion. We should all tag TMZ on the replay. Where is TMZ?
That would be a great idea, but I find Harvey Levin amusing. Did you know he's in his 70s, I think?
I would assume so. Yeah, but he looks really
young.
Yeah,
but anyway,
really
regardless. But a lot of my hope and faith has been lost in TMZ. And I've also seen other not TMZ, but other channels similar to them reporting on Gypsy's haircut and her,
but nothing about these videos.
Yeah. And again, you don't have to include us in any of it, but you can clip it super easy. And
just
that's really important.
Just get the message out there.
Yeah.
So Nova Kitty says 100 plus videos. No way Dee Dee hasn't seen it. Yeah.
And some of them are super long. I mean, it's crazy to imagine her not being even afraid.
And Carolina's girl says, I am blushing for Nick. Poor guy.
And some of the stuff we saw.
Yeah. From my understanding, you have yours or you're getting yours.
We hope.
I'm really hoping that they just kind of lock down the FOIAs for a second, just
after because they already sent it out.
But just to figure out what happened, and they're having an investigation. But either way, I mean, it's going to get out there.
It's not our business. It's nobody's business what somebody's naked body looks like, and it's not great that it was shown.
Thank you for becoming a member.
Thank you. Welcome everybody.
Thank you.
PTV, is that Pierce the Veil? Because girl, I know I don't look like a Pierce the Veil girly.
Answer the phone, Gypsy. Tell them you need help.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
yes,
girl, you've got a lifeline right there.
So many opportunities. It just sounds like
McCatherine. Thank you so much from me and Smaj. She was in the Marine Corps for 30 years. Appreciate all you do.
Ayo. I love my Marines.
Thank you for your service, McCatherine.
Thank you so much.
Button. Okay. I really do appreciate both Amber and Lauren. Thank you for your work you've done bringing these to us. You're
Thank you.
welcome.
I'm just the personality hire.
Notice there were no instructions in the anniversary video, but like I said, there is one that says your master Victor's commands and sexual instructions, and we will try and watch it next time.
We'll be watching that.
So Thursday, get ready.
We'll have it in some form or fashion, even if it's not a visual thing.
Okay. Thank you, Amber and Alora. Thank you.
Thank you. Much love to everybody.
Yes, thank you very much. We love the different perspectives and dialogue. Keep it up, ladies. Thank you.
And that's a very important thing. I understand everyone can have their opinions, and I want to make it clear that I do respect them. I know I've come off in different ways over the podcasts that we've done. It's okay. But regardless, you know, Brandy's been nothing but nice to us. And I hope we've been nothing but nice to her. And, you know, you can have your opinion about her or her relationship with Christy, but things are just more complicated than just the black and white that we always see things in. So please respect somebody that is trying to understand and learn the truth.
Yeah.
Because that is the most valuable thing. And watch who you want to watch. But we really do appreciate every panelist that was up here, regardless.
So rebrand, thank you very much. Another Marine. Loving all the opinions and the adulting while sharing them. Keep setting the example, ladies. Thank you very much.
I love my Marines. I have a Marine tattooed on my chest.
Yeah. All you ladies are doing great. There are pro Gypsy supporters in the chat. Those are the rude ones. It's all right, Christy.
Hey, it's okay. We all have the right to our opinions, right? Whether they're right or wrong.
Thank you, Mellow Yellow.
Thank you.
And Curly, if you think we're confused, imagine Nick's feelings. Yes.
No kidding.
Because I was so confused half the time. Okay. Tay Swifty. Is that a Hearts flea collar? I don't know, but it was interesting.
Real quick, I have to put this out here. PSA. Do not use Hearts flea shampoo or any of their shampoo. Allegedly, it can cause dogs to pass away. And I've seen a lot of TikToks about that. So, you know, it's alleged. I'm not saying that. I'm not offending or accusing the brand of Hearts. I've just seen so many videos. So I just threw that out there for anybody who's still watching.
Okay. So Gypsy Rose's sexy tongue says she's so full of crap. And I would agree. Curly, do you guys think Nick was the only guy Gypsy was actually talking to, or do you think she was talking to multiple men?
I think she might have still been talking to Dan. Also, Gypsy, real quick, the previous comment, Gypsy Rose's sexist tongue. You know what? Honestly, accurate. Gypsy Rose's sexy tongue. She's so full of crap, and that's why she needed an enema. I'm sorry. Everyone hates me. It's fine.
Thank you, Cherokee girl. You still owe me a picture of your sweatshirt.
Yeah, Cherokee girl got a sweatshirt.
Okay, Amanda McGee, did you see Sheena's video of a lawyer talking about these files being released? No, I don't.
I don't watch Sheena, but I feel like I saw a brief mention of it on Reddit, but I didn't watch the video.
I don't pay attention to those ladies.
Y'all, we have lawyers and psychologists that we've talked to about this, and they have 30 plus years of experience, and they're more on our side than the other one.
Yeah. So we've really done our due diligence to not just put this out here for
entertainment purposes.
Yeah. Honestly, this really isn't for entertainment purposes.
Not.
This is for educational purposes. And if anybody believes otherwise, they're not paying attention.
Accurate.
Holier than thou.
Thank you.
Sorry if we're acting holier than thou right now, but yeah.
We're not.
Okay.
We're not.
The one thing I heard was, Gypsy, if you think you're getting out of this situation, Demona is not going to save you. Something really close to that. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think that new hairstyle reminds me of Demona.
Well, I think she believes that she's smart enough to save herself, and she thus far has been able to. So
I saw some comments somewhere earlier today, which was basically along the lines of, because she was perceived as mentally and physically handicapped for so long, that so many people kind of gassed her up and said so many great things about her that she kind of believes a lot.
Became delusional. Yeah.
Delusional.
I can't hear a bloody thing he's saying. Poor Nick. He tried. Yeah.
That's accurate. Yeah.
Mhm.
It was really hard to hear him. And we're so sorry.
Sir, I need a translator. Yeah.
Again, we're so sorry. We're just trying to put this stuff out.
Thank you, Conspiracy. She put the description of this in her community post.
And
Thank
make
you.
sure that y'all go and subscribe to Conspiracy because she's actually going through and she has really good commentary on things. And she also just has the full context of things a lot of times.
So Gypsy probably got this and turned on the Twilight theme song and danced around the living room to it.
Y'all, the other day I wore a Twilight sweatshirt while we were in Springfield. So
Hit the like, guys.
I
Thank
love
you.
Twilight in an ironic way. But that imprinting thing,
that's
some Gypsy Rose shit.
Mormon stuff.
She is a Mormon.
Appreciate all of you and your hard work. Thank you, Wendy.
Real quick, I saw this and I just had to put this on.
Thank you.
It disappeared. Oh,
Thank you, Claire.
shoot.
What did you do?
I lost the freaking picture, but it was a
Thank
picture
you.
of Gypsy in her new hairstyle, and somebody on Reddit said that she looked like James
Thank you.
Charles.
Yeah, I mean, she does look like James Charles.
And she
in that
acts like
picture.
James Charles.
Yeah. Love your channel and thanks for all you're doing. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Christy, thank you, ladies, for all your hard work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cherokee girl coming
Our
in with
tried
another.
and true, you come
Yeah.
in through everything, not even just our Gypsy Rose stuff, and we love you.
Cajun Navy Jen became a member. Maureen Lease became a member. Galacticness. Thank you,
Welcome,
guys.
everybody.
And our last one, Renee, thank you all so much for keeping the heat turned up and exposing this vile creature. Wishing you all the best. Thank you. And this, honestly, it wasn't even our intentions. I saw something wrong. I saw a red flag, and the fact that my cousin would see her out exercising in the yard, and we would sit and pray for her. And, it's full circle. It's like, wow, I really wanted the very best for her. And then she came out and acted like a weirdo, and she caught my attention. And so once you catch my attention, I look into you. And if Meghan Markle ever does anything, I'll be getting the FOIAs on that too.
I don't know much about her other than what she's told me, but regardless, thank you guys all so much for tuning in.
Yes, thank
We
you.
appreciate every single one of you guys.
Yes, thank you all. And please go out and do something good to change the world for the better, and have a blessed evening.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Mwah. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.